Robinson Stadium on the campus of Pasadena City College for tonight's SCFA American Mountain League game between the visiting Griffins of Grossmont and your host Lancers of PCC. Pasadena comes into this game with a 3-3 overall record. Last week, the Lancers lost their EML opener at College of the Desert in overtime against College of the Desert, 34-27. Grossmont comes in with a 2-4 overall record. They lost their AML opener at Mount San Jacinto last week, 35-10. Last year, PCC and Grossmont played twice. The Griffins won the first matchup 24-19. The Lancers won the rematch 41-10 right here at Robinson Stadium. In the all-time series between the two schools, Pasadena leads Grossmont 7-5.
Hello, it's a cool, cloudy day here at Robinson Stadium, and I'm excited to bring you another rendition of PCC Lancer football. Hi, my name's Daniel Peters, and we are here to witness the 3-3 PCC Lancers take on the 2-4 Grossmont Griffins. This is a matchup of two last year's games, and we're excited to bring these here. But before the game starts, we're going to look at some games these two teams have in common. These two teams both played Moore Park and Santa Ana this year. PCC, on one hand, beat both teams. They beat both Moore Park and Santa Ana, whereas Grossmont lost to both Moore Park and Santa Ana. So we're excited to bring this one. It is going to be a great game here today. As you see here on the screen, game comparison. Pasadena beat Santa Ana 27-17, whereas Grossmont lost 14-49. So we're looking here, PCC definitely having an advantage in that sort. And we're looking at that to lead them to a victory tonight. And now as we look to Moore Park, PCC won 24-7 and Grossmont lost 24-32. So PCC beating both teams of Santa Ana and Moore Park, whereas Grossmont lost to both Moore Park and Santa Ana. So we're looking at it's going to be a close matchup here tonight. Both of these teams last year co-held the Mountain Division Championship. So this is a game that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. There was actually a three-way tie last year for the Mountain Division Championship between PCC, Grossmont, and Mount San Jacinto. So we're excited to bring you this one tonight, and we're getting ready. It's a cool night here, and fall has kind of officially begun, and we're excited to get that here. So before that game starts, we're going to be looking at an interview that my fellow worker here, Justin, got before the game tonight with head coach, Coach Tucker. So we're excited to bring you that, and we're going to look at it and hear his input on tonight's game and how they prepared for tonight, and we're excited to bring you that. So we'll take a look at that.
Report from the sideline live is your host, Justin. Stand next to me is your PCC head coach, Coach Tucker. Coach, what are we looking like coming into this game?
You know, this is our second conference game. You know, it's going to be a really important game for us. Grossmont College is very talented, very athletic. They do a lot of great things on offense and defense. You know, I just think we got to really focus on our fundamentals. We have to tackle really well, create turnovers. We got to secure the ball, and just really looking forward to this game tonight.
You're playing a team where it's 3-0, 0-3 for the past 3 games. Does it change?
Games, scoring a lot of points. They're very athletic, and like anything, I always feel like it comes down to us. You know, how are we going to prepare? How are we going to tackle? How are we going to execute? And so for us, we just got to control the controllables and really do as good of a job as we can do. Not so much worry about them, but control. We can control. Be great tacklers. Catch the ball. Hold on to the ball.
Great. And what are some key players on our team we should look at tonight?
Well, I'm really proud of our entire team, and the guys that, you know, Ivan Oster had a huge game, number 14 on offense. He had all-purpose yards. He got Player of the Week last week. You know, he's done a phenomenal job for us. You know, at the quarterback position, I look for us playing two different quarterbacks. Josh Andrade, who pulled his red shirt last week, and Jacob Doolittle has been our been the guy that we've gone to after our starter got hurt, Anthony Arnaud. But we're really excited about those guys, excited about the defensive line. Defense and just getting that consistent pressure on the quarterbacks beating one first.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach. Have a good game.
All right. Great job, Justin.
Yes.
Thank you.
And now your Pasadena City College Marching Band. As your PCC Lancers take the field tonight to face the 2-4 Grossmont Griffins. Led tonight by two quarterbacks, and Joshua Andrade and Jacob Doolittle. We'll be sharing time in the backfield. We're excited for tonight's matchup and really looking forward to a close battle here tonight. As we are 4 minutes to kickoff, these two teams have some history. These two teams faced last year, both won one matchup from last year. Grossmont won the first one, and PCC won the second one. We're excited here tonight as you see your PCC Lancers getting prepared, mentally prepared for tonight's game. It is meant to be a good one, meant to be a close one. And we're excited to see the PCC offense and defense step up tonight and bring upon a great performance. As the team captains for both teams come out tonight.
Number 8, Roland Rodriguez, along with number 44, Michelangelo Loretto.
And a beautiful shot of the Pasadena City College Marching Band. And here are your captains for tonight's game. You got Joaquin Elliott.
Number 0.
You got 14, Ivan Austri. You got number 44, Michelangelo Loretto. And number 5, Mark Anderson III. And here's head referee Ed Zapolsky with the call and with the coin toss.
Grossmont has won the toss and elected to defer. Pasadena will receive it away.
So Pasadena will get the ball first and will lead the game off with the ball. So we get to see this amazing PCC offense firsthand and get to see how they're going to match up against tonight's Grossmont defense.
We ask that everyone please rise and stand
And at this time,
as the PCC
we're going to
marching
head
band plays our
towards the
national
east side of
anthem.
the field, towards the American flag for the national anthem. And with that, tonight's game will be kicking off in a matter of seconds as we get to witness a great matchup between the 3-3 Lancers and the 2-4 Griffins. Like like I said earlier, these two teams matched up last season. In fact, they played twice last year. Grossmont won the first league game 24-19, and PCC won the second non-league game 41-10. And now the reason they played twice was to settle a three-way tie for a bowl possibility in last season's American Conference / Mountain Division. Now, there ended up being a three-way tie for champions between PCC, Grossmont, and Mount San Jacinto, who PCC will play later on in this season. And in fact, it'll be their final game on November 12th. And now we look towards the field as both teams line up for this matchup between the Lancers and the Griffins, and we're excited for tonight and excited to get this one kicked off. Ivan Austri back to return as he's done all season, and the kick is off, and tonight's game is underway under the lights at Robinson Stadium. And Joaquin Elliott will just fall on top of that one, not able to get under it. And the ball will be spotted around the 25-yard line.
Elliott dives on the ball on the return. The Lancers will begin possession first and 10 from the 26-yard line.
So Lancers will now get the ball first and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now, one thing I must mention is the Lancers at quarterback have lost their main guy in Anthony Arnaud. He suffered a season-ending injury in their game against Moore Park. And now it's Jacob Doolittle and Joshua Andrade who will take up the mantle, splitting time at QB for the Lancers. And to get the start will be number 18, Joshua Andrade. And he'll sweep to Ivan Austri up the left side, and he's got some room to run. And that'll be enough for a Lancers first down, it would seem.
Good pass from Andrade. 14, Ivan
Or at least
Austri.
close to one.
Run out of bounds by number 23, Matthew Diaz.
Run out of bounds by number 23, Matthew Diaz. The ball will be spotted at the 33 for a second down.
On the pass. The 2nd and 3 for the Lancers from the 33.
2nd and 3 from the 33. Lancers looking to get their first drive rolling. And put in motion. And a false start, it would seem. Number 7, Isaiah Smalls, the big tight end. The false start on that play.
Prior to the snap, full start, offense, 5-yard penalty, ready second down.
So head referee Ed Zapolsky will be calling the penalties tonight. A false start on the Lancers, moving back 5 yards. So now instead of a 2nd and 3, it's now a 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. The snap. Play action, looking to throw. Looking for someone deep. And he's tripped at the last second, but no penalty flags on the field. Looks like he tripped under his own volition. That was intended for number 16, Oscar Willis. He was wide open. He had a step on the corner, but Andrade was just unable to get that ball into the bucket. As you look at this one, a play action to Joaquin Elliott, who was a fireman in last week's game, and just overthrew that. Oscar Willis just tripped. But good signs like that with the receivers beating these Griffin corners, so we'll see what they're able to do late in this game. It is now 3rd and 8. There's a snap. He's looking to throw, trying to get the first down. Steps up. Finds someone. That's Ivan Austri, and he's got some room to run up the left sideline. No one will catch him. The 5. Touchdown, Pasadena. And just like that, the Lancers take a 6-0 lead against the Grossmont Griffins. A 72-yard touchdown pass from Andrade to Ivan Austri, who was last week's Player of the Week. And now Justin Vergara will attempt the extra point. But what a start to this game. On their first drive, they get it in. The snap, the hold, the kick, and that one is good. Lancers already up 7-0. A minute and 20 seconds into this Saturday night matchup. So a 72-yard touchdown pass from Andrade to Ivan Ostry. And Justin Vergara able to kick the one in, put the Lancers up 7-0. 13:40 left in the first quarter, so that was a quick drive as you look at this one. Andrade just great pocket awareness, stepping up, and just finds the open man as the corners come up to pressure the quarterback, and he just takes off up the left sideline. Ivan Ostry is fast, and he had a great time in high school and one of the fastest players on his team and in his league, and led really his division in high school in rushing for quarterbacks. He played quarterback in high school and he led them. He was one of the leading quarterback rushers, so he's got some speed to him. And he showed that one off there. Now, as the Lancers look to kick off for the first time, Justin Vergara. He's going to get this one off and kick that one deep. And a fair catch call. Fair catch call by number 15, James Johnson, for the Griffins. Now the Griffin offense gets their first shot tonight's game, looking to bounce back after a rough first defensive attempt. Looking to get back into the score column. Like I said, this will be a close game, I believe. These are two teams looking to come back off of losses in last week's game.
Grossmont will start possession at the 25-yard line.
So Grossmont will start at the 25-yard line. Grossmont is coming off a loss to Mount San Jacinto, so one of the other co-champions of last season. They lost 35-10, so they're looking to get back into the win column. There's the snap, play action. Throws it to the right side, but it's incomplete and intercepted. That ball is intercepted by the Lancers. Trying to figure out who got that ball. But all it took was one play. Interception by number 9, Nathaniel Palacios. And all it took was one play for the Lancers defense to get the ball right back in great field position. Ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line, and they're looking to put another score in the end zone. A great defensive stand came off the receiver's hands. He bobbled it right into the hands of Palacios, number 9. 5'11", 180 sophomore from Schur High School. Now the offense takes the field. Andrade takes a snap, hands it off. Not a lot of room to run, but he gets a few.
Hand off to number 1, Isaac Glover.
Isaac Glover in the backfield in that play.
Number 51, Diego.
Now we've talked a lot about the backfield duo between Joaquin Elliott and Isaac Glover. They've been the go-to guys for Coach Tucker this season. But in last week's game, there was one that stood out. It was number 1, Isaac Glover. Last week's game, he had 7 attempts for 44 yards. He led the team in rushing last week and looks to put another great effort in there tonight. As the Lancers offense lines up, 2 out wide to the right. Andrade takes a snap, looking to throw under pressure, rolls out left, and just chucks that one away. A smart move by the freshman quarterback. Now Joshua Andrade's another guy we must talk about. He played in last week's game. Because of the injured Anthony Arnaud, a season-ending injury, he's been put into the quarterback position along with Jacob Doolittle. He was 16 for 38 last week, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He is a 6', 175 freshman. So apparently, Andrade was just not outside of the pocket enough to throw that one out, so it was a intentional grounding, ball spotted at where the foul took place, and it is a loss of downs. No, a 3rd and long for the Lancers. From what was once great field position is now turned against them. Just some little mistakes from the freshman quarterback, but nothing to be worried about as he takes a snap. Under pressure, a little bit of screen to the right. That one is caught. Pushes the pile a little bit, but just about gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That was a screen play to Jason Sanford, the leading receiver for the Lancers offense. Has been the biggest guy for these quarterbacks. But like I was saying for Joshua Andrade, he's a 6-foot, 175-pound freshman. He's from Las Vegas, he made his collegiate debut last week. And Coach Tucker said and has stated how he's made great plays and sparked the PCC offense in critical situation. Like I said, he split time with Jacob Doolittle last week for the first 3 quarters, but he's really become the guy as he started tonight's game. He takes a snap. Under pressure, rolls out left, evades a rusher. Looking to throw, just gets that one away, and now that'll be a turnover on downs. So the Griffins defense stands strong, bend but don't break. And now a turnover on downs gives the Grossmont Griffins the ball right back. So it was great field position, but just not able to do anything with it. An unlucky intentional grounded call put them in a very poor position to really make anything happen. Andrade not really able to find anyone on that 4th down. But now the Griffins come back out at the 28-yard line. They're led by quarterback Galaya Kirizamazi. Under center, takes a snap, looking to throw. Looks out left, finds someone, that's number 85. Number 85, Quentin Pelham with the catch. And the Griffins going hurry-up offense, not trying to give the Lancer defense any time. Hand up the middle. Finds a little room to run, and that'll be close to a first down, and in fact it will be a first down. Number 6, Keon Holloway, who has been their leading rusher this year. The sophomore, 68 rushes, 449 yards, and 3 touchdowns for this Griffins offense. So he's been their guy and should expect to see a lot of him in this game. Now first down for the Griffins. Some pressure by the Lancers defense and holds that run to a limited amount of yards. Now second at about 9. Now Elia Kiramasi is the main guy for the Griffins. 118 for 206, so 57.3% passing rate. He has 1,224 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions on the season as he backs up under pressure. Tries to evade rushers, but he's taken down. Looks like a player might have been injured. Trainers came out running, but he's quickly taken over the sideline. Hope he's okay. But a third down now for the PCC Lancers, trying to hold this Griffins offense. There was no gain on that play, so it'll now be 3rd and 8. One of the key points Coach Tucker emphasized was this defensive line and putting pressure on the quarterback, and let's see, they have done a pretty good job on that so far. So prior to that play, it was a delay of game on the offense. It will be pushed back some yards, and I just received word that on that last possession, apparently Joshua Andrade obtained a little tiny injury, so Haven't seen Jacob Doolittle warming up on the sidelines. We might see an appearance from Doolittle in the next drive. We hope Andrade's okay as the Griffins get that one and it is incomplete up the middle, which will bring up a 4th down. The Lancers defense holds strong and they will get the ball back for their offense. And now, like I said, we'll see which quarterback comes out right now. And like I said, Andrade obtained a little bit of an injury on that last possession on the 4th down play. It was a hit that he took that kind of rocked him. But as Ivan Austri holds back, he's not able to get under what a very short punt. Really didn't go anywhere, but that'll be touchdown at around the 42-yard line. So Lancers will have some pretty decent field position. So a 22-yard punt with no return. The Lancers are set up around the 42. And now we're going to see which quarterback comes out for the Lancers on this offensive drive. Lancers already having a lot of quarterback problems this year. And out comes Andrade. So we are all good. He's okay. And glad to see some strength and some courage of him to come back out on this next drive. Not slowing down by any means. So good to see Adam, because PCC has had some bad luck this year with quarterbacks and injuries. But man put in motion, takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. That's Joaquin. Excuse me, that was Isaac Glover who took that one. Not able to find a lot of room to run. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be at 2nd and 10. The brick wall was there to meet him at the line of scrimmage, but Lancers line back up. Ostry put in motion again. A sweep jet from him. He's looking for some room on the right side and finds it up the sideline. Stiff arms. Gets brought out of bounds. A little bit of a struggle after the play on the sideline, but nothing to be worried about. Austri taking that sweep jet. And a replay of that play. Ivan Austri just taking up the right side, just stiff-arming Grossmont players and just showing his pure strength and agility to get that one and put Lancers in a good 3rd down position. Ostry, like I said, was last week's Offensive Player of the Week. He had a great game against Desert College. He's looking to perform well again tonight. Lancers offense, some pressure looks like it's going to come. A pass, and that looks like it should be enough for a Lancers 1st down. So it is. Andrade's pass was completed to number 7, Isaiah Smalls, the big tight end. Isaiah Smalls, a 6'3", 230 tight end from Dorsey High School in Los Angeles. So now the 1st and 10 from the Grossmont 46-yard line. Moving the ball methodically right now and taking their time with it, as they have done all season. They've been a great team when it comes to time of possession, and they really hold on to that ball a lot. The snap, hand up the middle to Isaac Glover, and he is moving the pile, not wanting to go down, showing some Marshawn Lynching right there. He takes that one down for about 5 yards.
Carry by Glover. Tackle by number 10, Jagger Giles.
Isaac Glover, their main guy in rushing, 56 rush attempts, 247 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the season right now as a freshman. He's a freshman come from Burbank High School. He resides out there in Reseda, California. He comes out here to PCC to show off his skills right there, moving the pile, getting those extra yards, and now 2nd and 6. The snap to Andrade, looking to throw. Runs out left, and will just take that one to the sideline. people upset with something on that play, but Andrade on the carry, about a 1 yard gain. So going inch by inch right now. So a 3rd and 6 from the 42-yard line. See what Coach Tucker draws up here for this Lancers offense. Andrade really having a great performance last week, and he was a great addition to the team, and Coach Tucker really likes him. As he looks to throw, evades pressure, throwing the agility, but is eventually taken down. He's eventually taken down. That is number 48, Christian Palafe. As we just saw that, and Andrade has been great in evading the rush so far, but just not able to get away from that one. And now punting for Lancers is number 94, Justin Vergara, and he pulls that right. Just line drive kick for that one. They'll let that one bounce and touch it down around the 20-yard line. Some stuff happening around, say, the 35. Helmet came off. No penalty markers at all, and everyone will go their separate ways. Just heard number 48 for Grossmont is going to take a play off because his helmet came off. And now the Griffins line up for their 3rd offensive possession. So far, not really able to get anything done. Their first one is a 1-play interception. And the last one, they were to move the ball a little bit, but eventually got held to a 4th down and had to punt the ball. So here we go, they're lining up. Takes the snap, hands it off, really nowhere to run, and tackled it around the line of scrimmage. Now really some of the keys to this game tonight will be the Lancers defensive line, who has been tremendous this year. And they've really just got to control the front up there. They got to focus on the defensive line. Get them the priority, put some pressure on this Griffins offense. They've got a great rushing attack, and they've got to slow it down tonight, and they've done a really good job so far. 3:50 left in the first quarter. Throws it out right and catches it, but it's just not. Oh, wow. So he was wrapped up immediately after catching, but he just drags the defender along with him and gains some extra yards, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. So great second-hand effort, and that'll give the Griffins a 1st down as they hurry up and hand it off to the right side, some room to run. Finds his way up to the 35-yard line. Number 6, Keon Holloway on that rush. And like I said before this game, 68 rushes, 449 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Their go-to guy. Rivers have a great rushing attack, and Lancers got to hold them there. So the snap, little dump off to the right side to Keon Holloway, and he gets that one, enough for a Griffins 1st down. Some excitement coming from the opposing team sideline. Putting his shoulder down and showing his physicality. So an 8-yard run, enough for a Grossmont 1st down, and there's a snap. Handoff again. Got some room to run. Eventually corralled. Now we're starting to see those holes opening up for the Griffins. Holloway again on the carry, and gets 9 yards. Osvaldo Ragosa tackle.
7 yards on the carry. Brings up a 2nd and 3 at the Lancers 47.
So a 2nd and 1. The Griffins line up quickly and hand it off to the right side. It's Holloway again. And will he find space to move? It'll be close. We'll see what the refs say, and it is just enough.
Holloway on the carry.
And And that'll be enough for a first down. So he just manages to find some space, gets the 1 yard necessary. Now the Griffins with a new set of downs. There's 1:47 and ticking left in the first quarter. Kirsi Masi in the backfield. Takes a snap. Looking to throw. Finds someone over the middle of the field. That's number 4. Cleveland Ford the third. And he collects that one for yet another Griffins first down. So they are marching down the field. They continue with this hurry-up offense. Osvaldo Ragosa on the tackle. First down at the Lancers 32-yard line. But a timeout will be taken before that by the Lancers. So that'll be the first time at the half with 1:14 left in the first quarter. Excuse me, 1:17 left in the first quarter. Their first timeout, trying to slow the game down with the Griffins going hurry-up offense. And that's what they do. They've been an explosive offense this year. Like I was saying earlier, Alaya Kirsamasi, 57.3% completion rate, 1,224 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. So they like to throw the ball, but they also like to run it. And their main receiver, who caught the last pass, sophomore number 4, Cleveland Ford III, he has 27 receptions, 276 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season. So they've got a good passing attack, and Lancer secondary looking to do something there. And already really done a good job having 1 interception already in the first quarter. Looking to force another turnover or get a stop here. Now 1st and 10 from the Lancers 32-yard line. We resume play here. Kirsten Masu takes a snap. Looking to throw. Rolls out right. Gets the ball off and finds Cleveland Ford the third. But a penalty marker is in the backfield. As we just look at this one, we'll see what the penalty's on. Looks like that'll be a holding call number 56. Lupe held him, but you just see the passing attack. Kier Masu able to find Ford the third for a big gain. Sadly, all for naught. So that'll be a holding call number 56. Jalen Reynolds, a 10-yard penalty, and it'll remain first down, but neglects that big gain they just had on that play. So now it'll be put at the Lancers 43-yard line. So a first and 20 for the Griffins. Man put in motion, and but will most likely be a false start. That'll be number 6, Hayon Holloway with the false start. So the Griffins moving in the wrong direction right now. Possession of downs that started at the 32 has now moved all the way back to the Lancers 48. So a 1st and 26 for the Griffins. A lot of space to cover. Harrison Masu takes a snap, looks out right for number 2. Incomplete to Stefan Welchel. That'll bring up 2nd and 26. .48 seconds left in the first quarter. Second down. Now in a position like this, we got a lot of ground to cover. Can't afford to really make those incompletions. Got to get something, whether it's just 2 yards. I mean, anything will help. An incompletion like that puts him in an even tougher position. Garrison Master takes a snap, looking out left, under pressure, nowhere to go, and he's taken down. And a Lancers sack. Number 3, a captain for the Lancers defense, Osvaldo Ragosa, gets in there for a sack and makes this 3rd down even tougher for the Griffins.
7 yards, sack by Ragosa.
So what I was saying, What started as a 1st and 10 from the Lancers 32 is now a 3rd and really long. As we watch this replay, a blitz by Ragosa and just gets in there and able to take him down for a loss. Now a 3rd and even longer, and they just hand the ball off, just showing that, okay, Lancers defense won that battle. And with that play, the first quarter comes to an end. 7-0 Lancers have the lead. Going into the second quarter, Lancers set to get the ball back to start the second quarter. So far, a pretty closely contested game. The Lancers really showing, though, that they're on top in this one. A very, very quick touchdown pass from Andrade to Ostri to start the game off. These shooters only on their 3rd play of the game. And they're able to get a 72-yard touchdown to put them up 7-0. As we take a look at the amazing PCC marching band. I always enjoy watching their halftime shows. Always fun. And they always do Green Day Basket Case, which is awesome. I absolutely love that. Green Day being one of my favorite bands, one of my girlfriend Emily's favorite bands, being a lot of people's favorite bands. And I always look forward to halftime when I get to watch that. But now, back to it after that rant about Green Day. We're back into the game. Grossmont looking to punt the ball off, set the return. Number 14, Ivan Ostri. And now to start the second quarter, Lancers have the ball, get the punt off. This one a lot better than last time around. And Ostri will just let that one bounce, and that one will be touchdown at the 1-yard line. Great special teams work by Grossmont. And the Lancers will be pinned back deep. Just the best result you could ever ask for, putting them pinned at the 2-yard line. So they're now going to have a 50-yard punt, puts the Lancers at a position. They have 98 yards to cover to get to the end zone. Now we take a look at this Lancers offense. Andrade looking to lead them down the field. The long drive ahead of them. This will be a big momentum swift if they can get this one in for any sort of score. A handoff up the middle, really nowhere to go. Lucky to get out of the end zone. And now it'll be 2nd and 10. So Joaquin Elliott's helmet came off in the last play, so he'll be out for 1 play. And in comes number 1, Isaac Glover, who's their main guy. So he's looking to get them out of this tough position. It remains as a 2nd and 10 with the tunes pumping in the crowd for the Lancers and trying to get their team going. Andrade looking to throw. Looks out left and just not able to bring that one in. Intended for number 16, Oscar Willis, just not able to corral that one. So now a 3rd and 10, put in an even tougher position at the 2-yard line. 98 yards to go to get a touchdown or any sort of score. And now we'll see what Coach Tucker draws up here. Whatever coach will say, if you can get 2 hands on it, you got to catch it, and just slip through the hands of Willis in the last one. And now a play to the left side, room to run. That's number 1, Isaac Glover. A long carry for him. That's a 1st down for the Lancers. A man down back at the 2-yard line. Great sportsmanship. As we look at the replay here, a great run by Isaac Glover to get the Lancers. A 34-yard run by Glover to get the Lancers out of a really tough position. Now an injured player on the field. Like I was saying, great sportsmanship by a Lancers player to point him out and to get people out there to look after him. But as we take this little break, we're gonna just gonna tell you some background of these two teams. Now, they've met a lot. Last year they met twice. Like I said earlier, Grossmont won the first contest and PCC won the second, as the Grossmont player is gonna walk off the field under his own volition. Great sign. But really, their overall record together is 7-5. So Lancers have a winning record against Grossmont overall. However, they haven't won a game. Well, before last year's victory in their second matchup, they hadn't won a game since before 2004. So it had been a while. 2015 they lost, 14 lost, 11 lost, and 10 lost. So it's been a while until last year where they finally beat them for the first time in quite some time. Looking to get another victory tonight where they're leading 7-0 with 14 minutes left in the second quarter. Man put in motion. Andrade takes a snap, hands it up the middle. Not a lot of room to run.
Carry by Glover. Tackle.
That one was Isaac Glover once again.
Tackle to number 48, Christian Palape. 1 yard on the carry.
48, Christian Palafe, who had
Second and 9.
the more previous sack
7.
for the Griffins in there on the tackle. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but it's number 13, Jacob Doolittle, in for this possession, so excuse me. As I look over to the sideline with Joshua Andrade on the trainer's table being looked at. So we'll see what Doolittle can do on this play. He takes a snap under pressure, one out right, and he's taken down. That looks like number 41, Jackson Turnbull. And some bad luck for the Lancers now, put in a really bad position for the third and very long. Just look at this replay. And these edge rushers, man, they got some speed to them. But on the speakers in the stands, they got Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart playing, and we'll see what Coach Tucker can do to kickstart this Lancers offense. That's just a third and long. Let's see what Jacob Doolittle can do here. Man in motion, takes a snap. A sweep to the left side. But nowhere really to go, and he's taken down, and that will be a Lancers fourth down.
Pitch pass by Doolittle to Austria.
So a pitch pass from Doolittle to Austria. They'd already done that earlier in the game, and Austria was able to find room, but this time around just not able to really do anything. And now Justin Vergara will come out to punt this one away.
No gain on the play. Fourth down for the Lancers. Justin Vergara now punting.
So like I said, as the punt comes and penalty markers are flying, so we'll see what this is. And that one's punt straight out of bounds. But penalty markers are out there. So we will see what these are about. Great vibes here at Robinson Stadium tonight. It's a cool one. 63 degrees. Finally, fall has kind of started. It was raining earlier. It was raining a little bit last night, but it's been so hot recently, and in the 90s, and then all of a sudden today it just took a dip. But it's nice. That's what football's all about in the cold weather. That's where it's meant to play.
Number 3, Pasadena has selected to re-kick after enforcement of the penalty.
So an offsides penalty at number 3, Aldo Olwani. And so now the Lancers will gain about 5 yards, but they will elect to repunt. So now number 96, Nate Sanchez, will be punting, who's been their normal punter so far. But before that, Grossmont will take their first timeout of the first half. And now as we take this timeout, Going to mention a study abroad program here at PCC. So interested in getting away next semester? Study abroad in Oxford, England. Check out the next info session on Tuesday, October 25th at 12 p.m. to learn more. You can join the meeting in person in C337 or virtually on Zoom. So go to that info session on Tuesday, October 25th for a great opportunity to go to Oxford, England, and experience an amazing culture over there. I've been myself, went there a while ago. And, I mean, it's amazing. Personally, it's just I'm just a big fan of fish and chips as the punt gets away. That one will land at around the 46 and out of bounds at around the 42. So Griffins offense comes back out, looking to finally get a drive together. But the Lancers offense has held steady so far and been a dominant force, allowing no points in the first quarter, and now looking to hold Grossmont to 0 in this quarter. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the Grossmont 45-yard line. I wish I could go to Oxford, England. That'd be sweet. And the opportunity of a lifetime if you want to go. And Coach Tucker screams a timeout. Wanted to get that in before the snap. Now that'll be their second timeout of the half, so using them early, using them often. One timeout remaining, looking to just regroup here for a second. And now as this timeout's going, we're going to take a look at a concert opportunity. So there's music in the air, and it's free. Come on over to the West Patio by the CA building for free outdoor concerts every Tuesday and Thursday at noon from now until the end of November. This Tuesday, October 25th, it's our very own PCC Jazz Singers and All-Star Band. Grab your lunch and come enjoy PCC's talented musicians. That'll be fun. Look at that. Here's the plan, and I'm going to set it for you. You got the concert on this upcoming Tuesday, and you got the study abroad info session. So how about you just get both of them out of the way, and you just get them both. Get them both done and enjoy both of them while you can. Just go to the info session at 12 p.m., then head over to the concert. That's around the same time, so it's perfect. Bakir Samasi takes a snap, looks over, deflected up in the air, but falls innocently to the ground.
Pass by Bakir Samasi. It's batted down. Number 56, Luis Canales.
Number 56, Luis Canales, who's been a great defensive lineman for the Lancers, deflects that one, drops for second down now. Trips out to the left side, and Kirasamasu will bring them in closer. And they spread out a little bit. The snap, throw pressure, just puts that one up in the air and will fall in incomplete. I'm not sure what happened up front, but I guess they just forgot to block, and either it was that or it was meant to be a screen, but Lancers rushers just got set loose and nailed Kirasamasu, but he's able to pop up and he's okay and got the ball just in time, but that'll bring up a Lancers third down now. So 3rd and 10 from the Grossmont 45. So far not able to do anything. There's Kirasamasu will line up under center. By number 6, Keon Holloway behind him. He looks to throw. It's a screen pass to Holloway. He's got a lot of room to run. Up the middle, evades tacklers. Up the right side. 20, the 10, the 5. Finally taken out of bounds. At around the 2-yard line. A screen pass from Kirasamasu to Holloway. Goes from the 45 all the way to the 2. And you just look at this replay, just evading tacklers and is able to obtain a 52-yard gain on what was a 3rd and 10. So they go from a 3rd and 10 from their own 45 to my 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. And now looking to punch this one in, tie this game up. Heavy set, quickly snap it. That was a Holloway again, but nowhere to run this time. The Lancers will get back there. Number 27, Jalen McGee in there. One of the leading defenders on this Lancers defense. Gets in there, no gain on the play. So now a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Bend but don't break, bend but don't break. Now here come the Griffins offense, lining up heavy set again, but players move before the ball was snapped, so we'll see what the call is. Head referee Ed Zapolsky will make the call here in a second.
Encroachment. Defense, number 67 with contact. Half the distance to the goal. Still 2nd down.
So that'll be an encroachment on the defense. Just not holding their water on that one, so now it'll be half a distance to the goal. Now a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, about 1.5. Now the Griffins line up heavy set. They're going to snap it quick. A QB sneak up the middle, and looks like they got it. So touchdown Griffins. 9:40 left in the 2nd quarter. And it's now 7-6 pending the extra point.
Touchdown, Grossmont.
Some talking, it seems like, on the field right now.
Touchdown run.
Referee's doing a great job, moving everyone out of the way, putting them towards the sidelines. The referee's doing a great job there. Just shout out to the referees in tonight's game. Like I said, the head referee, Ed Zapolsky, tonight. The umpire is Kyle Takao, excuse me. Head linesman is Corey McManaman. Line judge, Andy Brewer. Field judge, James Kramer. At the size judge, Eric Stoffers. And back judge, John Gill. As the snap, the hold, the kick is up through the uprights. And this game is now tied with 9:36 left. It is 7-7. So Grossmont drives down the field with great help from a 52-yard gain on a screen play from Kirasamasi to Holloway. Put them in great field position there. Would have pound one in with the QB sneak by number 13, Alaya Kirasamasi. So game is now tied. Lancers going to get the ball back, looking to do something here. Looking to put one in the end zone or get one through the uprights. And Jacob Doolittle will come back out again for the Lancers. Joshua Andrade still on the sideline. Joaquin Elliott was one of the returners back there for the Lancers. Takes it at around the 5-yard line, looking to get some yards. Moving to the left side, gets some room on the left sideline, but penalty markers are down back at around the 20-yard line. So we'll see what this penalty is. Most likely a penalty on a kickoff like that is for the most part on the returning team. So we'll see here.
On the return, block in the back, number 35 on the kicking team. Ball in place 10 yards from the end of the run. First down,
So we look at this replay as number 14, Ivan Ostry, took that one in around the 5, and he got her on the left sideline.
35 was on the kicking team. Ball in place 10 yards from the end of the run. First down, Pasadena.
So a little miscommunication by the head referee. That'll be a block in the back. Block in the back on number 35, Arthur Harakasides. And he'll place the ball back 10 yards from the end of the play. So Lancers are put in a tough position. Negates all that great yardage gain from Ivan Ostry, who has been one of the better kickoff returners really ever. He has some high rankings I saw in some California junior college areas. The snap, a sweep to the right side, and not really able to go anywhere. In fact, in the last game alone, Ivan Ostry, like Isaiah's player of the week, I want to talk about him a little bit. 192 all-purpose yards in the last game alone. He had 6 receptions for 75 yards, and the big one was an 85-yard kick return for a touchdown. So he has that power to do some stuff when returning kicks. And just all around a phenomenal player. That's why he was able to earn that recognition of player of the week. Now a 2nd and 8. An option play to the right side, pitches it. Able to find some room, but penalty markers flying, will most likely be a holding call from what I saw, but we'll see. And some talking going on the far sideline.
Austria on the carry, a penalty on the play.
Penalty on the play, and we'll see what this is. Like I said, I have an idea that it's most likely a holding call, but we'll see.
Holding, offense, number 16, 10-yard penalty for the spinal foul. Replay, 2nd down.
So a holding call on number 16, Oscar Willis, a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Will move the Lancers even further back and put them in an even tougher position. They will replay 2nd down, though. So because they're so close, it's still 2nd and 10, so nothing really unmanageable. Offense going to go. Doolittle takes a snap, looking to throw. Has someone deep, and able to corral that one. Looks like number 81.
Long pass, completed by number 13, Jacob Doolittle.
From Doolittle to number 81, Kiana Shawnee.
Daniel Schwab.
So an incredible throw and catch.
First sideline warning on Grossmont.
And a sideline warning on Grossmont after that play. So their first warning. But just look, that was a phenomenal play. A 48-yard play for the Lancers. Puts them in a great position now at the Grossmont 42. So with Doolittle to number 81, Kia Nishani, who put the Lancers now in a great position. 1st and 10 from the Grossmont 42. The snap to Doolittle. Hands it off up the middle. Not a lot of room to run. He gets back to roughly the line of scrimmage.
Carry of number 0, Joaquin Elliott. Tackles on the play with number 10, Jagger Giles. Number 46, Daniel Circle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 42.
So 2nd and 10 from the 42. Lancers looking to move the ball a little bit. Have been struggling a little bit in the run game. Not able to find those holes. Has some good runs, but looking to do something here. And Doolittle takes a snap, looking to throw. Has someone on the left side, and that ball was intended for number 7, Isaiah Smalls, but not able to get that one. An incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 10 from the 42. Clock sits right now at 7:05 left in the 2nd quarter. Here comes Jacob Doolittle out here for the offense. Has been a great quarterback for the Lancers offense so far. He just gets that one away after taking a big hit. And Oscar Willis able to corral that one. What a phenomenal play by the Lancers. And Jacob Doolittle showing his strength on that play. Oscar Willis corrals that one. Just look at the hit and the catch by Oscar Willis. Takes that one all the way down to the 5-yard line for a first and goal, Lancers. Doolittle took a big hit on that last play, but he was able to get the ball off in just a pinpoint accuracy pass. And now from the 42 down to the 5. First and goal from the Grossmont 5. Lancers looking to punch this one in. Ostry put in motion. Handoff up the middle. That's number 1, Isaac Glover. Able to get roughly 1 yard. So now he's second and goal at the 4.
1 yard on the carry. Second and goal from the 4.
This is an important possession. 6 minutes now left in the second quarter. Lancers looking to take the lead here. The snap to Doolittle. Rolls out right, looking to throw. But instead takes off with it and room to run. Touchdown, Pasadena. And the Lancers, thanks to an incredible pass and throw that set up that attempt for Doolittle to run that one in. And the Lancers will now take a 13-7 lead pending the extra points. As Justin Vergara comes out, the snap, the hold, the kick, and that one is right through the uprights. With 5:43 left in the second quarter, the Lancers take a 14-7 lead. So look at this play, just an original passing play, rolls out right, but just room to run. And that's a great aspect of those plays, that you roll the quarterback out because you give them a bunch of options. For one, you give him the chance to throw the ball. So he has a lot of opportunities to throw, but then you give him the chance to even run it. And he took that chance, he ran that ball, and has now put the Lancers up 14-7. And that touchdown was just set up by an incredible pass and catch from Doolittle to Oscar Willis that put him in a great position at the 5-yard line, and then Doolittle just takes the rest and punches that one in. 14-7, 5:43 left, and the kickoff, here we go, from Justin Vergara. And that last was an 8-play, 90-yard drive. The kickoff is there, taking it around the 15, up the left sideline, pushed out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. James Johnson on the return there. Run out of bounds at around the 28-yard line. As the PCC defense now looking to hold the Griffin offense to nil. We'll see what they're able to do here. The momentum that is gained for a team. If the defense is able to stop the Griffins here after scoring, they will be high and mighty. Holloway takes that snap, runs into his own players, nowhere to go, and is finally taken down in the backfield. A handoff to the right, just ran into his own teammate. You see here, ran into his own player, number 49, and had to reverse the field, but nowhere to go, and taken down. And now, as you just heard, Holloway will have to sit one out because his helmet came off. The clock will be ticking down. 5:18 and counting left in the second quarter. Ball now at the 25-yard line. On a 2nd and 14. The snap, looking to throw. Looks to the right side, and he's got someone. That's number 4. The Griffins' go-to guy, Cleveland Ford III. So now that'll be enough for a Griffins first down. So able to bounce back after that loss of yardage. The first and 10 at the 39-yard line. The snap, looking to throw. Throws it out right, intended for number 2, Stephon Welchel, but just overthrown and just poor placement on that one, and now it'll set up a second down. And looking, if you're able to spot on the opposite sideline, you see that Grossmont uses like cards. One of the players has a big card with a Facebook logo on it. I've always found it interesting, those teams that use cards to call plays. Interesting tactic. I always found it to be a little bit confusing, but nonetheless it works. Takes the snap. Kirsten Masu looks left for 4th to 3rd, but once again not able to find the target, and that one falls incomplete. Bring up a 3rd down. Yeah, you know, different ways of calling plays in football. And I remember back in flag football, you just got the play from the coach and ran it, and then you just told it, you know. In high school is basically the same thing, except it's just the quarterback. And in college and in high school, you use the cards a little bit and hand signals and here and there, and you got that going for you. As the Griffins line up, take the snap. Play action, looking to the right. Gets that one up, looking for number 15. And penalty markers are thrown. So a penalty on the play will most likely and definitely be a pass interference call. So tough break. We'll see what the definite call is here in a second.
Pass interference on the defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So pass interference by one of the captains of the defense, number 3, is Valdo Ragosa. Ball will be spotted at the spot of the foul. It's now 1st and 10. Lancers fans not happy with that one. Now 1st and 10 from the Lancers 46. Some pressure comes from the Lancers, able to get the ball off. Now it's number 6, Holloway out of the backfield, and able to gain a decent chunk of yards. Up to around the 36-yard line. Replay that one. Just hitting a safety valve, and Holloway, the running back out of the backfield, and just smart move on his part. Now would have found anyone who's under pressure and just got it away, and look what that does for you. Puts you in a good position. You gain the 1st down. It's now 1st and 10 from the 36. A handoff up the middle of Holloway. Has some room to run. Taken down after a gain of about 4 yards. Like I was saying earlier, the playing calling factors in football. You got cards and hand signals in college, and then you get the NFL, and then it's, you know, professional time. You got microphones and the helmets, and it's just insane technology, and it's incredible how that whole thing works. Pressure looking to come from the Lancers. Kirsten Massa looks to throw. Looks to number 2, Stephon Welchel, but once again not able to find him. Overthrows it again. So now a 3rd and 6 with 2:57 left, 2nd quarter. Ball's at the Lancers 33-yard line. Looking to respond to a PCC touchdown their last drive. But the Lancer defense looking to hold up here. Fans getting loud for this 3rd and 7. Takes a throw. Quick throw to the left side. Has some room to run. and is taken down at around the 25. Enough for a first down. Just look here. Great, really play call. Throw to number 18. Boyd, who takes that one. A great play call. You just get it quickly out of the outskirts of the field and just let your player do something. As that play and a penalty marker is on the field, so we'll see what this is. Here's a Masu's throw, kind of came out weird. So a holding call on number 50, Joshua Palafi. And that ball will be moved back now even more, so it puts him in an even tougher position. A 1st and 20. First and 20 at the 35-yard line. Moving in the wrong direction. But a good break for the Lancers defense. Looking to get a stop here because Kirsten Masu lines up under center. Holloway behind him. Looking to throw. A screen off to the left side of Holloway. Hit, but able to stay on his feet. Tiptoes down the sideline and regains that penalty yardage. Now roughly second and 10. And that was one of Coach Tucker's big emphases. One of his big goals for this game was to tackle and to tackle well. You got to, and with the team this good in Grossmont, and with guys like Holloway in the backfield, you got to wrap up and you got to tackle. And if you don't, they're going to gain extra yards like they did there. So now a 2nd and 12. Snap, rolling it, looking to throw. Under pressure. Just throws that one away and almost intercepted just through the hands of the Lancers defender. Lancers looking for an intentional grounding, but I guess there was a eligible receiver in the area. Jordan Monroe in there on the QB hurry. So a player down for Grossmont. As head referee just said, no intentional grounding because there was an eligible receiver in the vicinity. Now as we have this little break in the action, talk about last week's game for PCC. Obviously a tough loss against Desert College. But it was a good one. 7 lead changes between the two teams, and the game took 3 hours and 40 minutes plus the overtime to complete it. So it was a very long game indeed. Joshua Andre made his collegiate debut and played tremendously, as well as Isaac Glover and Ivan Ostry, who was the player of the week. Defense played really well. Jalen McGee, 7 tackles. But Osvaldo Ragosa led the team with 12 tackles, including a 36-yard interception return in last week's game. As the Griffins line up here. Takes a snap. Under pressure, looks to throw, and that one is corralled. Number 85, Quentin Pelham, able to corral that one in. A low throw by Kirsten Masu, but able to get that one in, and now sets them up with a first and 10. They're hurrying up, getting under center, but before that, a timeout will be called by the Lancers. So their 3rd and final timeout of the first half. And now as we have a break in the action, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Lancer Radio. So have you heard? Lancer Radio is streaming 24/7 at lancerradionetwork.org. It's more than a radio station. Check it out and hear great music, unique student-created shows, event coverage, downloadable content, and much, much more. That's LancerRadioNetwork.org. So check it out. It is a great, great radio. A lot of great shows. I've checked it out myself. In fact, I heard a lot of the people there that have made shows, specifically more to do with sports. If you like sports, they've got a lot of great sports shows on there. Some of the people who have created shows on Lancer Radio have ended up going to great and pretty high up jobs at ESPN and these big sporting companies. And as penalty markers are being thrown on the field,
Prior to the snap, false start, 74 on the offense. Penalty, stage first down.
so a false start, number 74, Desmond Blass, will bring the ball back 5 yards, but it remains a first down. So like I said, go check out Lancer Radio. A lot of great things there, great music, and a lot of sports shows on there by some amazing and talented students of PCC and others. As Kirsten Masu takes the snap under pressure. Ball is out, but it is recovered by Kirsten Masu. Number 27, Jalen Mee, just not able to pick the ball up. As he looks at this, just number 32, Jordan Monroe, with the pressure on him, and takes him down and gets him the fumble.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And it is now a second down for the Griffins. A screenplay, but that one's intercepted. The big man rumbling and tumbling down the sideline. That is number 44, Michelangelo Loretto with the interception. Kirsten Masu's second interception of the game, and that comes with 44 seconds left in the second quarter. So forget about the missed fumble recovery. Loretto just says, I got your back, brother, intercepting that ball. As we look at this, it was a screen pass. They've done this screen a couple of times. It's hit big, but this time Loretto says, no, no, no.
I don't care,
And
dude.
he gets it
Out there.
behind
Call
that
that.
for a big gain that puts the Lancers at the 40-yard line with the first impact. 44 seconds left in the first half. The Lancers do have
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah? Yeah, we good? Okay. Let's test that. Let's test that.
Doolittle is out there. Takes a snap. Looking to throw. Looks for someone over the middle for Isaiah Smalls, but looks like he wasn't looking. So that one's incomplete.
Tell them. Already?
Second and 10 from the 40-yard line. That one took about
39
5
seconds,
off the
dude.
clock. 39 seconds left. Real timeouts. What's the next move here from Coach Tucker? Well, you got to start throwing it, but you got to be careful. Second down. Want to be careful with the ball. Don't give Griffins any sort of chance to gain some sort of momentum. Doolittle drops back looking to throw and looks to the right side. Just not able to find anyone. So that one will fall incomplete. Brings up a third down. 34 seconds. So that one took another 5 seconds off the clock. So now we're looking here, and we'll see what Coach Tucker decides to do. Let's see if he tries to make something happen here. With 34 seconds left with the 3rd and 10. Doolittle takes a snap, just hands it off up the middle, but some room to run. And he's stiff-arming his way. That is number 0, Joaquin Elliott, and finds his way down for Lancer's first down and gets out of bounds to stop the clock. A great show of strength on that run there. Gives the Lancers a first down at the 46-yard line. There's 26 seconds left in the half. Doolittle takes a snap. Play action, looking to throw. Trying to find someone, looks to the right side. Incomplete, though. Not the worst of outcomes. It at least stops the clock. 20 seconds left now. Not sure if the Lancers are in field goal position just yet. So they're trying to make it a bit easier for their kicker, Justin Vergara here, who's warming up on the sideline, getting ready. Field takes a snap, gets it off, but just overthrown, too high for Isaiah Smalls. Now that brings up third down at the Grossmont 46. 16 seconds left. So what do you do if you're Coach Tucker? Well, I'm sure you just try for one big one here and try to get at least half the yardage. At least try to get to the 30, 35 maybe. Give Vergara a better chance to get that one. And then if not, we got to bounce, just get up and spike it. But we'll see what he does here. But coming up at halftime, you'll see the great PCC marching band come out onto the field. And always excited for that one. Lancers coaches yelling, saying, get the field goal unit ready. Get them ready. We'll see if they don't get the first down here, what they decide to do. Ostry in motion, takes a snap, play action, hands it off to Ostry up the middle. Trying to find some room to run. Able to get some, lands a bit awkwardly. Ostry is slow to get up. And, oh no, he's limping off the field. Hopefully everything's okay, but with that play, as we watch the replay here, that'll bring about the end. Took a big hit there on the last play. Hopefully he's all right. He was limping off the field, but anyway, the clock strikes 0. And the first half comes to a close. Lancers up 14-7 here, heading into the second half.
Gonna give it a new?
Try to. Justin, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can they hear me? Are we good over there? We're checking. We're checking. The coach is coming. In the first half, we're leading by 7. What's your plan coming back in the second quarter? Third quarter.
You know, I just think we just got to hold on to the ball. You know, we talked earlier in the game, we just got to limit the turnovers. Very good job by the offense, not giving up. We got 2 turnovers on defense. I think that's the key of the game. We got to hold on to the ball, get them behind the sticks, and we got to be able to sack the quarterback. So we've done a good job with that. Good job with the red zone defense. So very happy with the guys.
Great job, Coach. We'll see you in the game.
sponsored by the Performing Communication Arts Division of Pasadena City College, the PCC Foundation, Stanberry Uniforms, Yamaha Drums, Silver and Cymbals, Evans Drumheads, and Innovative Sticks and Paddles. Lancer Marching Band, you will now be known as L&B Special Forces. The Secretary has invoked Operation Performance, a task that involves exciting music, exotic locations, and challenging maneuvers. As usual, if you should fail your mission, the L&B Director will disavow any knowledge of you or your actions. Good luck. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to light the fuse. Special Forces, congratulations. However, the Secretary has one more task for Operation Performance, conducted by drum major Salvador Quinones, played one of the more well-known hits from Michael Jackson. Here is Working Day and Night. Ladies and gentlemen, the tradition of excellence, passing the City College Lancer Marching Band and Color Guard. PCC Lancer Band is under the direction of Mr. Kyle Luck, Assistant Director and Percussion Instructor, Ted Carpenter, Band Managers Haley Del Rey, Uniform Managers Elizabeth Galvez, Equipment Manager Judy Barbell, Administrative Assistant Cindy Kramer, Social Media Fernando Peralta, Historian Carter Miller, Percussion Staff Aaron Vaughn, J. Fernando Diaz, Demetri McLean, and S.A. Hall, Color Guard Staff Dr. Deborah Seeley, Enrique Miramonte Jr., and Wesley Valier. Visual and Support Staff Esteban De Leon, Jonathan Kent, Bradley Lagarza, and Jorge Melendez Zavalada. Division Dean is Dr. Solomon Cross. For the record, this message would never self-destruct. It's live, and I need to give for the tradition of excellence, Clark Mason.
Come on.
All right. Well, it's halftime here at Robinson Stadium. I'm here with our new athletic director, Jackie Johnson. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us. And now, to first off, just want to start. Just tell us a little about yourself and what you're doing here at PCC.
Oh, wow. So I'm really, really fortunate to be here. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jackie Johnson. I'm brand new here. This is week number 3 for me. So I'm very, very lucky and fortunate to be here. And so I came from Evergreen Valley College and before then Santa Monica College. But the reason that I love being an athletic director is because athletics is what I used to do, right? I was a former student athlete, played at the University of Kansas, and then I went on to be a professional athlete. And so athletics is in my blood. That's all I know.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you here after your experience in Santa Monica and up there in Evergreen. What could you say would your experience at those two colleges bring here at PCC?
Oh, my goodness. It was 2 totally different experiences. Santa Monica College was a very big athletic department, similar to this. And Evergreen was a very small athletic department with men's and women's soccer only. And so I think what I learned is a little bit about the faculty side of the house, how to bring that in and be more aware, being that our coaches coach, our coaches teach here. Most of them are full-time teachers. So knowing that side of the house is really, really important. So bringing it both together, where I was just with athletics at Santa Monica to being more on the faculty side, I think is really what, propelled me to win the job here and be ready for the job. And hopefully I'll do a very good job.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, we're happy to have you here. And I know that you were an athlete at Kansas and you were in the WNBA. And it's amazing. It's incredible. What would you say that experience as a player kind of brings to the athletic director aspect of it?
Man, it gives me I think a true understanding of what our student athletes go through, right? I was one of the first student athletes to work when the rule changed and we were allowed to have a job because my family just couldn't afford to send me money, so I had to actually work, and it was excellent. And I know that student athletes here go through everything. There's some, who have to go and babysit, pick their brother and sister up. So I understand that, and I think bringing that understanding to our student athletes and them being able to talk to me about what they've done and what they want to do and where they want to go, because I've done that. I've been there. And so I think it gives me a better touch point for them. And the reason that I like this level is because I get to know them, right? Like really saying that, hey, if you want to be an athlete at the next level, you have to get it done in the classroom. So, that's why I think I love being here.
Perfect. And being here, you've been here for 3 weeks. Is there anything you're looking forward to with the athletic program in particular, anything?
I want to get better, right? I believe that bringing our athletic department together, having more of our student athletes come to every game, making it really something that we support each other, and then, making sure that the rest of the campus comes out and supports us too, because athletics is one of the departments that is literally all over campus. We're everywhere, right? So we want to make sure that we have reasons for our instructors to come out and support us. And so that's one of my things I'm going to be doing is trying to reach out and really create a family, not just, football family, a basketball family, and a whole athletic department who supports each other is really what it's all about.
Perfect. And I know basketball is a thing for you, but what are you looking forward to with this football program and how they've been so far this year?
Man, being that they won it all last year, right? I haven't seen football in a couple years, so I'm excited to just be back in it, right? To seeing it. But Coach, he had some recruits here, and I was just amazed by, all that they were doing for the recruits, what he had to say. I was just kind of ear hustling a little bit, right? Just trying to be a fly on the wall. And I just love what each coach brings, and so trying to bring that right to every program, so that we can all recruit and grow and be stronger together is what I think I'm excited to do.
And how are you with being in the Pasadena area? We have a lot of pride for us Pasadenians, and are excited to be here. And
big old Dina, right?
There you go.
Definitely excited to be here. Going to be learning more about the area. It's good to be back home. I'm a SoCal kid myself, so it's good to be back. And definitely getting to know Pasadena little by little, but it's going to be exciting and it's going to be good fun.
Awesome. We're really excited to have you here and excited that you're joined us recently, 3 weeks here, and excited to get it going. So thank you all for joining. We appreciate you being here for us.
My pleasure.
Now we're going to take you to the rest of the second half and continue tonight.
All right.
Sweet.
Thanks. All right. Yeah.
All right. Sweet.
There
you go. That was sweet. All right.
So good. I think you did great.
Thank you. You did great. That was awesome. I was really glad. Appreciate that. That was awesome.
It's behind him. 30 seconds.
Shoot it.
Wait, set?
Yeah.
What's up now? You can talk now.
All right. And we are back here at the second half of this PCC matchup between the Lancers and the Grossmont Griffins. At halftime, the score is 14-7. Lancers have dominated most of the game, 249 total yards, 175 passing, 74 rushing. They are 5 for 9 on third down conversions, excuse me. And for penalty yards, they got 6 penalties, 55 yards. On the Grossmont side, really struggling on the offensive side of the ball. 163 total yards, 134 passing yards, 29 rushing yards only. When they've had a really strong rushing attack so far this season, they've been held to 29 only. 4 for 6 on third down conversions and 6 penalties for 41 total yards. So we are looking forward to the second half of this close matchup between two last year champions. And now I'm excited to be joined
by Justin.
There we go.
What's up, Daniel? For those of you who might have seen me throughout the stream, I was there in the pregame interview, and at halftime got a chance to speak to Coach Tucker right before he go back to the locker room. And for the remaining of the third quarter and part of the fourth quarter, I'll be staying up here joining Dan on this beautiful Sunday night.
There we go.
We finally got some rain going. That's looking for.
There we go. The kickoff to start the second half of this game. 30 minutes remains to decide the victor in this one. As number 15, James Johnson takes that one out to around the 25-yard line.
Now we stop at 25. See, Dan here, I don't know much about football, but when I was playing football on my iPads for a shot like that, I usually just let it go, touch the green, and it went straight to touchdown, the end zone, and get like touchback. Why don't you think they do that?
Well, receiving the ball, I would say at around the 10, 15-yard line. I think it's just a better place to take the ball out as the Griffins line up, because if it's a touchback, ball's placed at the 20-yard line, and every yard counts. He's now at the 25, so that's 5 extra yards you got, and just that play alone as the Griffins take that one up the middle for a gain of about, let's say, 5 or 6.
I think it's a 7 yards. 7 yards. We're starting off a very strong notes here. Lancer is leading by 7. I really thought they're going to take the extra point, the extra field goals in the end of the first quarter, but that hit really cost us that. Now we're in the game.
They got a new quarterback in.
There's a snap. Throw over to the right side. Number 16, Paul Solanke on the catch there. Now I do also want to point out that Elia Kirsa-Masu for the Griffins has been exited in this game. It looks like number 17, Trenton Giles will come in. He's a 6'4", 200-pound freshman from San Diego, California. So he comes in to take over the role as quarterback.
Ooh, look at that catch.
So both sides having some trouble at quarterback, and Giles taking that one on a QB run, a designed run for quarterback. And
that's short.
Looks like, yeah, we'll be short. Perfect.
We'll be short. Do you think they would go for it? They're down by 7. Just start it in.
I would say no.
You don't think so?
I was, but it seems like they are.
They are going for it.
It's like it's just the start of the second half. You don't really have to push anything, but they are going to try for it. Takes a snap.
And I think they had it. And now they're on 44.
They run the same exact play from the last try, and they gain enough for the first down. A little bit of extracurriculars after that play. But ball now spotted around the 44, 1st and 10. Takes a snap. Giles looking to the right, incomplete, out of the reach. Number 7, Dylan Gabase.
So I spent a lot of time in the yard, in the sideline during the first quarter, and one of the things that I've been hearing from the guys is that they like to play in the rain, and you can probably not see that right now, but it started getting a little bit raining here, and I think that certainly is going to be an advantage for Lancer when they start raining. What do you think? What's it like playing in the rain?
Playing in the rain is fun. As Giles takes that one up the left sideline, a little bit of room to run, gets the first down. But yeah, playing in the rain is fun. I loved it. I always remember playing football in the rain. It's like, sure, is it harder? But it's, I don't know, it's just, it's how football's meant to be played. It's meant to be played in cold weather and meant to be played in the rain and the snow. And the most memorable games happen in crazy weather like that.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be an advantage for the Lancer if once we start seeing some rain drop happening here? It's their home turf. They know the field very well. I certainly would assume they're playing the rain drawing products.
Yeah, I'm not sure who will get the advantage. The two California teams, we don't experience rain that much, so it's not a lot of time to get used to it, but definitely with PCC being the home team and with them knowing the way the field works and how traction is. As Giles takes that one under pressure, takes a big hit.
Whoa.
Not able to complete that one. He took a shot on that last play. Number 32, Jordan Monroe getting in there on the action.
3rd and 2, 12 minutes and 35 seconds to go. All right, let's take a look at the replays. Whoa, that was close.
Big hit.
Right before he threw the ball.
A big hit by one of the captains of this defense, Jordan Monroe. So, Justin, what have you liked so far in this game?
Well, something I like about this game is that I got to experience in the sideline. I've been watching football for a while now and never got a chance to stood by the sideline with the players. I was there when they scored the first touchdown 2 minutes into the games. That environment there, the atmosphere just out of the way. It's something that you don't normally feel when you sit on the stands. I really like this game so far. It's a close game, 14-7.
Someone lines up pass. Penalty markers, most likely a false start.
I hope it's on the opponent team, so we're going to get them back to 5 yards. So here's what I heard. Oh. Okay, so it's a 4th down on the opponent teams.
And on the screen now, you can actually begin seeing the rain. It's becoming a lot more visible, coming down harder and harder. People in the stands beginning to try to find cover as it's starting to pour.
I was talking to one of the players on the team. His name is Roland. He says that he loved playing the weathers like this. We'll see.
And the pass to the right side, incomplete. So 4th down, a turnover on downs, and PCC will retain possession and will begin their first drive of the second half.
That was interesting how the coach didn't take the field goal after the penalty.
Yeah.
I would always thought they'd take the field goal, just be safe.
It does seem like they're showing a lot of courage. They're going for it on 4th down a lot now. Gone for it twice. They succeeded once, but not able to succeed there.
Interesting. And now Lancer is on the field.
The offense led by Jacob Doolittle coming out. Their first possession of the second half. The snap. An option play, goes up the right side and just runs out of bounds at around the line of scrimmage. The umbrellas are coming out around the stadium. As you look at this replay, just not really able to find any space up the field. Runs out of bounds at around the original line of scrimmage.
Wow, the rain is definitely more noticeable than I first brought it up. People are making adjustment changes on the sideline. And now we can really see whether or not the rain is advantage for the Lancers. 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
Snap the throw to the left side. Looks like number 7, Isaiah Smalls on the catch, and gains about half the yard is needed for a first down. Definitely when it starts to get wet as we watch this replay. Just great throw and catch, able to get about 5 yards.
So what are some disadvantage play in the rains in terms of the cleave? Is it more likely for them to lose the control?
You know,
in terms of like running or.
yeah, definitely slipping on the field, and you got cleats, you know, but they don't always help with the rain. The snap, the throw to the right side, incomplete. But yeah, not always able to get that traction on the field like you were, and especially when throwing the ball too, it begins to get a lot harder, and quarterbacks won't be able to get a good grip on it.
So you start to see like quarterback doing a lot more user.
Probably, and you'll probably start seeing them coming out with the towel, wipe their hands down after each play, keep their hand as dry as possible, and try to give themselves as much of an advantage as possible as Nate Sanchez comes out to punt this one off.
Will it affect the kickers as well, or it will, right? Okay.
See a low snap,
There's a special play.
a fake punt. Nate
I think they had it.
Sanchez almost able to get it. We'll see where they spot the ball. And on a courageous play call by Coach Tucker, the Lancers do a fake punt and gain the first down.
How about that? We need a replay of that. That was something I wasn't expecting. I was thinking they're going to kick off the ball, but it totally went two different directions. And it's not just surprise us, it's surprise the opponent team is. I think that's one of the key things that how we're able to get the first down.
And succeeding in a fake punt like that is such a momentum swing and gives the team so much adrenaline, because it is just so fun knowing that you tricked the opposing side and able to fool them as the snap is there. Back to throw. Throws it up the right side. He's got a man, but
just short.
the Grossmont defender gets in the way. Bring up second down.
10 yards to go. That special play was something that really interesting. I was not expecting that. Do you think that's something that happens with the snapping of the ball that caused the punter decided to go for a special play, or something like this? Do they usually plan it out, or do they do it as they go?
I would say that's probably a planned out choice to make. You know, it was a low snap, and there are definite situations as a throw to the right side is intercepted by Grossmont.
Number 24. 28.
Intercepted by number 28, Christopher Madden. So now Grossmont will get the ball and great field position at around midfield. So a tough break for the Lancers. Yeah, going back to what we were talking about, that was definitely designs. You know, it's like a kind of like a one, and you call that once probably every couple of weeks type of thing. You know, you just take the chance. But there are those situations where sometimes the ball snapped low and the punter just decides to go for it. But that looked to me like a design.
Like a well-designed play, not just on the fly. Let's look at this one.
Grossmont throws out of the right side. That's number 4, Cleveland Ford the third. Takes that one in for a gain of about 6.
Second down, 4 yards to go.
We have now hit 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Still 14-7. As Grossmont, coming off an interception, is looking to march down the field and tie this game up. Pressure coming from the Lancers, but a quick throw out to the left side. That's number 15, James Johnson. Enough for a first down, push out of bounds.
I feel like as we speak, the ring's actually fading away. We no longer see it on our screen. Certainly I'm not going to feel it.
First down pass brings it to the Lancers 32.
Wow, first down and
15 yards on the completion.
So a 15-yard completion. Now 1st and 10. A quick throw to the right side of number 2, but just not able to grit that one. That was intended for Stefan Welchel, and that was another instance of the rain having an effect on probably the ball and just not able to catch it. Too slippery for him to hold on to.
Oh, you can certainly see the ball, the travel directions. What do you play back in high school, Daniel?
I was an offensive lineman. Those big boys up front blocking. I always was always just bigger, and I always enjoyed the whole blocking and hitting people. I don't know, liked it, preferred it more.
Yeah. What got you into broadcasting, journalism? How did that start?
That started, well, originally when I joined PCC, I wanted to do history, and I was a big history guy, but after a little bit of consideration as the snap, he slips a little bit, but is able to find Ford the third for a big gain all the way down.
First down and go. I think there's ball's going to be spotted about 2-yard lines. That's a great recovery. And that was the rain effect that we were talking about all day. Well, not all day, for the past 5 minutes. It's a little slippery.
Even after slipping, Giles is able to get that one off, finds Ford the third for a 29-yard pass, and the first and goal now as they hand it off. Going to the right side, looking for some room. And he is in for a touchdown. So touchdown Grossmont on a rushing play to the right side. And number 6, Keon Holloway.
So 7 minutes in, Grossmont and PCC Lancer are already tied. So last week is the first time that Lancer went to overtime. What do you think about this one? Do you think we're going to go overtime on the rate that they're playing right now? It's a very close game.
Yeah, last week was the first time Lancers had been in overtime since they played Moore Park all the way back in 2014, so it's been a while. As we see an replay of the touchdown. But this one being as close as it is and pending the extra point might be tied up. It's coming down to going to be a close one. Who knows? We might get some extra football here.
When we might able to block. Nope.
That one's in. Now this game is tied 14-14. 7:27 left in the third quarter. And now the Lancers will get the ball back pending the kickoff.
7:27 remaining in the third quarter. The score.
So going back to you, Dan. So you came here, want to be a history major. How do you end up here become our announcers?
Yeah, so then I had some kind of reconsidered everything and realized I'd much rather be a broadcaster and do journalism. So I changed my major. I joined a journalism class last spring semester with our professor Nathan McIntyre, and I did that and built a pretty good connection with him. And I had mentioned to him how I wanted to do broadcasting, and now that was something I wanted to do. And I get an email about a week before school starts, or a week into school starting, and he just tells me that there's an opportunity for me to go broadcast. And he remembered that I was interested in doing that, so he gave me the email, and Professor Patrick, and there we go. And then it all started. That's how it started.
How do you feel about it?
I love it. I'm enjoying it a lot as a pooch kick is up in the air. Fair catch call, muffled, and it looks like Grossmont from the celebration fell on top of it.
Who have the ball? So we need a replay on that. That's certainly a great play.
Short kickoff is fumbled by the Lancers.
A pooch kick. 2 Lancers players ran into each other and fumbled the ball. And now Grossmont gets the ball back, and the momentum has shifted sides. They have the ball back now, 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Lancers. Scouts take snap, looking deep
it's going
for number 7, but just overthrown. Pass intended for number 7, Dylan Gabase.
Second down and 10.
So tough luck for the Lancers on that one.
Oh, have you seen what's on their helmet? Is that a Green Bay Packers logo or?
The Green Bay Packers logo.
Well, it looks like a big tree to me, so I thought it might be what it is.
Yeah. See that a lot.
What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like the Packers logo. You get that a lot for like high school and like college. As a running play up the middle.
Ooh, third down.
Not wanting to go down is Holloway. But finally, the play is blown dead,
Carry by Keon
and a
Holloway.
gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Number 27, Jalon McGee.
See a replay of this one.
They
7 yards on the
just want to
carry.
go down. Number 27, hold on to it. Pushing him back. This is third down. 3 yards to go.
3rd and 3. Lancers looking to get a stop here. A designed quarterback run for Giles, and they fumbled the ball.
How
That
about
one is
that?
on the ground, and the Lancers have gained the ball right back.
How about that? Number 37.
Number 37, Devon Mays recovers the football. So after a mishap on the kickoff, the Lancers made up for it and get a fumble recovery here. They have the ball right back with 6:30 left in the 3rd quarter.
First down and 10 yards to go. We're talking about close game here. I love that back-to-back.
That was very much needed for the Lancers. They needed some sort of spark, and they got what they needed.
Do a little back.
Ostry in motion, hands the ball up, or an option play to the right side. Pitches it to Ostry. He's got some room to run, and a gain of about 10 or 11, and up for a Lancers first down.
So started with Doolittle, and he passed on to the running back, and then he threw it back to number 14.
Yeah, so it probably designed as a triple option. You got three different choices. You can hand the ball off to the running back going up the middle, but if you don't like that, you can keep it, run out to the right side with Ostry behind you, and if you want to keep it yourself, if Doolittle decides just to run with it himself, he can, but if he thinks it's better to pitch it, he's got that choice too. Same play again here, but this time nowhere to really run.
We got third down. I think the ring is back again, and this time it's worse, and we start seeing the floor is getting wet.
So the rain now is coming back.
Stronger than before.
Now it was here, and then it went away, and now it's right back here. This is going to make this game even more difficult for some aspects of it. Now Lancers line up here, Doolittle in the backfield. Got Isaac Glover behind him. Ostry put in motion again. This time they handed up the middle, but really nowhere to go.
Third down. 2nd yard to go.
2 yards on the carry. 3rd and 10 for the Lancers from the 37.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for the Lancers from the 37-yard line. Looking to do something here as the fans are beginning to try to find shelter. Goes to the left side for Oscar Willis. He collects that one, but is unable to make anything happen after the catch, and so it'll now be a Lancer 4th down.
Do you think he will go for it? Grossmont's been going for it for the past 2 times when they're at 4th down positions. What do you think about the Lancers?
I think Coach Tucker is going to elect to just punt this one away.
Stay easy.
3:55 left in the 3rd quarter. Still a lot of game left, and that one's just punted off. No fake this time around, and that one will roll. Lancers get to it. This could be good. Oh, almost keep it out of the end zone, but that'll be a touchback. And penalty flags are thrown at around the 35.
There's a small fly breakout at the 35-yard lines.
Not what you need to see by any means. The emotions are flying, and
Flags all over the field.
two teams who are highly competitive going at it, and emotions can get the best of you sometimes. But great job by the referees, and handling that situation, getting both sides back to their designated sidelines.
And referee are disgusting, and we'll see how much they're gonna make on. Does fight break out a lot in the football game like this, where something that you don't? Oh, I think the referee is about to make a.
Result of the play is a touchback. Dead ball, personal foul, Pasadena number 9. 15-yard penalty will be assessed.
So number 9, Nathaniel Palacios with the dead ball foul. A little bit of extracurricular activities going on there after the play, and so 15 yards will be tacked on. So ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
The personal foul gives Grossmont the ball. 35-yard line.
So now what you need if you're the Lancers with that happening, and now the Griffins are put with a 1st and 10 from their own 35. Giles drops back a screen pass to Holloway. They've done this play plenty of times before, and it works well for themselves. Enough for a first down.
Giles pass.
So these two teams, they met up twice last year. Grossmont able to get the first one,
Tackles on the play by number
and PCC got it in the second one. As we look a replay at this one, they've done this screenplay a bunch of times so far this game. It's a great interception, except for that one interception they threw.
10 from the Griffins, 45.
But these two teams have met a lot before and have some emotions. And as the snap, the throw to the right side, but incomplete. Hits the hand of one of the receivers, just not able to get that one in.
I think that's another example of how the rain is causing the play.
Rain looks to be settling down just a little bit.
See, then I never know announcing is really that hard. I thought it's just like, sitting at the couch at home, talking to a gal. It's actually not like that at all.
The snap from Giles, looking to throw. Throws to the left side. He's got a receiver.
Long. It's out.
Looks like number 83, Ryan Rodiak. Collects that one for a big gain for the Grossmont Griffins.
First down, 10 yards to go. Okay.
I love broadcasting. I think it's so fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I usually stay on the video side of broadcasting, right? That's something I usually focus about. Bring the visuals and how to create the image with the amount of camera that we have here. But audio side is something I never touch on, and I always thought that it's the easiest part, because all I see all day is announcer coming in, put on the headset, and start talking. But when I actually be on here, that was a long shot play intended for number 4.
Number 4, Cleveland Ford the third.
But now when you put on the headset in this situation, it doesn't really much felt the same. I'm very impressed by how you're able to do it for the past 4 games for us. We're second down, 10 yards to go.
I can pinpoint the exact moment I was like, I want to be a broadcaster, and it was, I've watched sports, they do this, as they do the same exact screenplay to Holloway, but penalty flags are on the fields, and we'll see what the penalty is, and it might come back. But I've watched sports all my life. I've always loved broadcasters, Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, all these football guys who have just been awesome. One of my biggest inspirations, Vince Scully, the great Vince Scully for the Dodgers. And I remember the moment I was like, this would just be the greatest job ever, was pretty recently. It was last fall. I went to a Dodgers versus Braves playoff game, and I just started thinking, how great would it be as a job where I get to talk about sports.
The one that you love.
Yeah, the sports, the one passion in my life that will never fade. And I was just like, that looks like an incredible thing.
Downfield, number 50. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. Second down.
So an ineligible receiver on Grossmont, a 5-yard penalty is second down and 15 now.
An eligible receiver means that the person is not a receiver.
Yeah, you can only have a certain amount of receivers, and the linemen can't go downfield a certain amount of yards on a passing play, and so they got called on that one as Giles takes that one to the left side.
The ball is now on the 35-yard line. So, an eligible receiver, so you can only have a certain amount of receiver on the field. Can you have 5 receiver on the field but have them play, tight end, running back, and do that?
Yeah, so for the most part, the numbers are how it goes. For linemen, it's number 50 to number 79. That's kind of the offensive lineman numbers. Those are numbers designated, and those numbers are not allowed to really go out for passes. Only in certain aspects are they able to. And the interesting part of the game is if you want a lineman to go on the field as they run the ball up the middle with Holloway, if you want a lineman to go on the field, you have to announce it to the other team. You got to be like, hey, this offensive lineman's going to go out for a passing play. So you got to let them know.
Certainly not something that the offensive team would like to do.
Yeah, they normally don't do that. As an injured player is down the field, so we will take a second.
So let's go back to the story. Say you remember the exact moment where you found out broadcasting is the path of your life.
Yeah.
So the Dodger game.
So I went to the Dodger game, and I just had this epiphany that a career as an announcer, just talking about sports for a living, would just be incredible. So I immediately went home, and that very night, it was a great game for one. The Dodgers ended up coming back to win it in the later innings. It was game 4, I believe, of the NLCS against the Braves last year, but they ended up winning, and I went home that night, and I searched up, and I was looking at best ways to enter into the broadcasting world, and at that point, I was a history major, and I saw that journalism is really the way to go, and so I began talking with people around me and counselors, and we got it situated, so I immediately changed my major to journalism, and then I did that whole story where I took journalism classes, and then I made connections, and now I'm ending up here, and so far everything's going really well, and I'm excited to be here and excited to do this. And
a lot of things what you learn about history actually translate to journalism. In history, you learn about, you study about the document, the original one, not the one that translated by other people or transcribed it. You do a lot of documentation, study, examination. It's great, and translate back to journalism, a lot of research. Beginning of the game, we were talking about the players, we're talking about a little background story, and this is still something that's very tough. It's not easy for a lot of other people to do, but as you do history, kind of interact with one another.
exactly. For history, you delve into the past, and you do research on all that, and yeah, in a way, you can put all those skills right into being a broadcaster. You do research, and you look back on the certain players and try to gain as much knowledge as you can about everything. And I guess that's why I love it so much. I find so much joy in it. As a big 4th down here, 4th and 3. Grossmont takes snap, rolling out right under pressure. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Lancers will regain the ball. Grossmont not able to get a first down. And momentum is swinging to the side of the Lancers.
Let's take a look at this replay. So number 17, the quarterback, was trying to carry ball. Was unable to success. Block by Lancers.
Now the Lancers offense coming out here, looking to do something. 14-14 with 47 seconds left in the third quarter.
So what I think when I watch the football, and from time to time I don't always get the chance to watch it, so what I would do is I would go on the NFL app and listen on the home broadcast. My team is the Rams, and I also really like the 49ers. So one thing I realized, find out, is the 49ers announcer would do when the 49ers score a touchdown, they would do something like touchdown San Francisco. So what is your style? How do you announce your Lancer? How do you announce touchdown for our team?
The way I just want to do when I announce is I want to bring some sort of energy to it. I want to be myself, and I want to do that, but I want to be energetic and have fun while I'm doing it. I just want to talk to the people listening, and Actually, when I do call touchdowns, I love the 49ers broadcaster.
Touchdown, San Francisco. No, it's San Francisco.
He's a big inspiration as the third quarter ends. 14-14 is the score. Yeah, he's a big inspiration of mine. I love him and the way he does it. And, you know, he actually took inspiration from the Kansas City broadcaster who would announce his touchdown. Says, touchdown, Kansas City.
Yes, I was actually watching the documentary.
There you go.
Where I know that I was tasked to become a sideline reporter for this game, and that's one of the documentaries I was watching. So how does it inspire you? How do you announce our touchdown?
And so now when Lancers score touchdown, I like to just...
It's really hard to do like PCC. It's like touchdown, PCC. It sounds like as energetic or as powerful as Kansas City or San Francisco.
Yeah, I like to bring the energy. Obviously, when we score a touchdown, it's a big moment. It's a big thing. So I like to just scream out touchdown as loud as I can. And then I kind of do that in a way where I scream touchdown, and then I go Pasadena. And I go like that. And so you kind of got that flair to it. And figuring out my own ways to do it, and it's fun. It's that creative side of it that I really love.
That's exciting. I can't wait to hear that. I'm really looking forward to our Lancer to score a touchdown next drive. We can hear how you're going to report that. So second down, 8 yards to go. The ball is out.
So the ball comes out of Doolittle's hands, but the referees call it dead. They say he had forward motion, and it'll be an incomplete pass.
Let's see if a replay on that.
Grossmont's number 62, Carlos Hernandez.
So when the quarterback has a little forward motion, it counts as incomplete pass instead of the fumbles.
That's just a very close call to make as a referee. It's like, did he have forward motion? Did he not? And there's a very infamous play with Tom Brady, and would go down as, when he was going forward in his arm, and it was debating whether it was a fumble or a touchdown or an incomplete pass. And
it's going long for the intended receiver.
What's the flag?
Doolittle's pass intended for number 21, Jason Sanford, is incomplete. A hurry on the play.
So Jacob Doolittle looks to be down on the sideline. Lancers fans really unhappy. They say it was a late hit or some unsportsmanlike activities going on. He's down on the sideline, though. We hope he's okay. Emotions are definitely flaring here tonight.
Doolittle, the injured Lancer.
It's okay. He stood up. He's going to medical dent. So now Lancer's punting the ball away at his own yard line.
So Nate Sanchez, after a bad snap, able to pick it up and get it off. A great sign of athleticism by him. And some extracurriculars happen once and again. Emotions, like I keep saying, are flaring tonight. However, no flags were thrown on that one.
Sanchez gets off the punt after the bad snap.
But the punt got off, and now the Grossmont Griffins will have the ball at the 49-yard line.
So 14-14. 14 minutes and 30 minutes
Grossmont takes possession first
left on the fourth quarter. Grossmont regain control. First down.
A big possession here as the Lancers bring pressure. Grossmont gets it off quickly to the right side, but nowhere to go. The Lancers defense swarms. That's number 27. Number 27, Jalen McGee, and they're on the stop. You just see him. Just nowhere to go for the Grossmont player. Stops them for a gain of nothing. And exactly what Lancers needed. Here we go, Grossmont lining up, takes a snap, looking to throw it left, gets it off. That's his main target there. Cleveland Ford the third. And that's enough for a Grossmont first down.
So we're getting into fourth quarter with 13 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock. If you're the head coach, how will you play it for Grossmont?
For Grossmont, you know, here it's just get any points necessary. You know, obviously you want a touchdown. That's what you want to get. But I would say, you know, get any points possible, a touchdown or a field goal to give yourselves the lead as a throw to the left side. Incomplete.
And there's a flag came out.
And a flag will most likely be a pass interference, although a questionable call is not sure if that ball was even catchable. It was just thrown wildly.
Let's see what the referee said.
You know, with pass interference, it has to be a catchable and playable ball. But to me, that one looked like it was way out of the way and just unplayable. Lancer fans unhappy with that one. We'll see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense. Go fly.
So no pass interference, but instead a holding call on the defense. So the snap, Giles gets it off, but incomplete through the hands.
To the intended receiver, number 83.
83, Ryan Rodiak, who just misses that one.
Giles' pass is incomplete.
So going back to Grossmont, you want to obviously score a point, so break the tie, but you also want to keep the clock running to as much as it can, so it doesn't give much opportunity back to the Lancers.
At this point with 13 minutes, it's basically guaranteed as a throw to the right side. That's Cleveland Ford the third, gets a little space to run, and gets down to around the 8-yard line.
Inside to end zone.
But yeah, with about 13 minutes left, it's guaranteed the Lancers are going to get another shot on offense. But yeah, you do want to try to wind down as much time as possible as we look at the replay here.
At the 9-yard line.
It's a quick throw to the right side and just let Ford the third run with it. And gets a lot of yards there, and now the ball is spotted at the 8-yard line. A first and goal for the Griffins. The snap, the throw to the right side, but just some miscommunication. That pass intended for number 2, Stefan Welchel, but just miscommunicated on that one.
Second and goal from the 8.
Now we'll bring up second and goal now.
So for me, the best way to run off the time is that you run the play as much as you claim. You run the running plays as much as you can. And then on like the third down, you do a little passing, a short pass. And then if it doesn't work, go to kick a field goals on the fourth down. It looks like Grossmont is going for passing.
Second and goal under pressure. Giles is finally taken down. But he gets the ball off in the nick of time, so it'll end up being incomplete. Let's watch him just evade tackling. You got to wrap up and get him down there. He's able to get that ball off. But now bring up a third down.
So that's not illegal eligible passing.
No, if
he's throwing the ball to nowhere, there's no intended receiver. So I was shocked that the referee didn't make that call. What's your take on it?
It might have looked, but I'm guessing that there was a receiver in the area. As a running play up the middle from Giles, and he evades the tackles. Touchdown Griffins. And now they'll be up 20-14 pending the extra kick with 12-14 left. But yeah, on that play, I guess there was a receiver within range of the ball, and
try as much as you can. So we're 20-14. 12 minutes and 11 seconds left. There's still enough time for Lancer to make a great comeback.
More than enough time. As the kick is through the uprights, it is now 21-14, 12-14 left.
Good. Once again, the scoring play.
Let's take a look at the scoring play. So number 17, the intended runner, got the ball. And
With 12-14 remaining in the fourth quarter, the score. Grossmont 21, the Lancers 14.
Yeah, more than enough time for the Lancers, though, to make something happen here. But they have been held at a standstill the last couple of drives, so they got to figure out something real quick.
now you see on the screen, the rougher is helping another. Oh, never mind. So this is something that very interesting. This is a story that many of our audience won't find out, but I was on the broadcasting team in our previous game, so our radio frequency actually interact with the referee one. So our radio frequency was clocked with one another. So whenever the referee is trying to make a want to make an announcement to the crowd, got cut off. Something that with physics, this game would kind of reduce the amount of wireless device we use, and we coordinate with the audio person. So surprisingly, amazingly, it works out great. So our problem was a little resolved. It just kind of reminds me as the referee helping the other one putting on their speakers. I was like, So 12-14 left on the fourth quarter. Lancer regained control of the ball, starting at 25-yard lines.
They elected to just let that one roll into the end zone, and by the looks of it, Joshua Andrade is back out there.
Oh, we haven't seen him for a while.
So he came out in like the second quarter, and Doolittle took charge, but looks like after Doolittle has to come out due to injury, he's come back in. So see what Andrade does now. First play, chucks up the left side. Caught! An amazing grab. That's number 16, Oscar Willis, who has been making amazing plays here tonight. And just look at the replay. Just gets up and snags it. And now the Lancers are in a pretty good position.
First and 10. PCC 48-yard line.
The clock is still running. We are first down, 10 yards to go with about 11 minutes and 40 seconds left on the play.
Snap to Andrade. Under pressure, and he goes down. So the Griffins respond right after that big play and sacked Andrade for a loss. If you look at the replay, they just brought pressure off the edge. The edge rusher was just able to get in there.
6-yard loss on the sack.
6-yard loss.
Second and 16 from
So
the 42.
second and 16 from the 42-yard line. 11:10 on the clock right now and ticking.
So what are the strategy here for Lancer? Would they go long? Oh!
And number 21 for the Griffins.
Andrade is sacked again.
21,
This time
Taimon
number 21.
Palefi.
Come on.
A shoelace tackle on that one and gets him down. And now it's third down.
4 yards on the sack.
That'll count as a sack and a 4-yard loss, and now third and 20 now. So we'll see what Coach Tucker draws up here.
So here's what I heard. I was watching a NFL interview. By the way, who did the Rams play this year at the Super Bowl?
The Rams played the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengal, and their quarterback is Joe, right?
Joe Burrow, yeah.
Joe Burrow. I think I was watching his. Oh, let's look at this play.
Andrade rolling out left, looking for someone, and just throws it away. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Andrade's pass is
And they're
incomplete.
punting. Looks like special teams coming in. They're going to punt away the ball. This is why Joe was saying in the NFL interview, he says that he thinks the 3rd down's overrated. So, say in 3rd down, what he was trying to do is to take as much time as he can for their team or for the opponents, or just find an opening to pass the ball away. So wait for the 4th downs. What is your thought on that? Do you think 3rd down are crucial or 3rd down are important?
I think 3rd downs are pretty crucial. It's an interesting standpoint, I guess. Maybe the new wave of players, I guess, as we watch a replay of a line drive punt.
27-yard punt.
27-yard punt there with the 9-yard return. Yeah, I guess the new wave, I guess, of playing is is a lot of emphasis on offense, and you want to have as many plays. And I guess, yeah, people are beginning to be like, who cares about being scared on 3rd down? If we don't get it then, we'll just go for it on 4th.
Or punt the ball away.
Or punt the ball, yeah. I guess they're just coming to realize that's not as big of a
emphasis on that.
Yeah. As the play is called dead, and gain of about 2 or 3.
So we're 2nd down and 8 yards to go, and Grossmont have the ball with a 7 points lead. The clock is still running. Oh, looks like the rain has finally stopped.
So a little bit of a drizzle there, which we desperately need here in Southern California. Happy to see it, but it has come to an end.
It's actually raining a lot this year. I don't know if you ever noticed that. I saw at least 4 rains in the past couple of months. Quite a bit in September's.
Run up the middle with nowhere to really go. Stop quickly after that one. A gain of about 1 or 2. Bring up 3rd down.
Let's look at the replay. Number 37 got the ball, but it was
2 yards on the carry.
first. His teammate was in the way and finally got stopped by the Lancer. They gained about 2 yards. Or 3rd down, 6 yards to go.
That was number 37, Jeremiah Higgins, who's in here now. I believe Holloway was injured a couple possessions ago, so he's in there now. But the snap, and it's designed run to the right side, and
I think just short.
That'll be close. We'll see what the referee spotted.
So what do you think? If it's a 4th down, do you think they would go for it with 7 minutes 42 seconds on the clock?
I expect Grossmont to go for it here.
Well, just take the field goal, with a 2-drive lead.
Do you risk it for the field? It's a long field goal. That is almost half the length of the field, and they've been going for it on 4th down, and so far this second half, and I think they might keep up that pressure, and they're going to probably go for it here.
Probably go for it. See, that's one thing with the field goal I don't quite understand. You see in the NFL game, they kick a field goal from the 50-yard lines. From time to time, they do it on the 60. Most time, they do it from the 40. So it actually looked like quite normal for them to make the kicks. So what are like I think they're bringing out.
And the chain gang is being put in use here. And where the ball is spotted, that will be enough for a 1st down.
Wow.
So just by inches, Grossmont gains a 1st down, and their drive keeps going.
Now in 7 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Lancers 46.
But yeah, with the whole kicking thing, there is surprisingly like a big difference between college and NFL.
So what are like a regular range of kicking range for the football team?
For
In
college, probably around 30s, 40s. I'm sure some guys can kick it pretty far and get back there, but I would say 30 to 40-yard range, maybe a bit below that. Then you get the NFL with guys like Justin Tucker and
Mike Gay from the
Maggie from the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, you got these guys who can hit those like crazy 50-yard, 60-yard field goals, and there is surprisingly a pretty big leap, I would say, between college and NFL kicking. Surprising.
Nice. Now, Lancer take their first timeout, their second quarter. We are going to a commercial break.
Yeah, so during this break here, timeout, we're going to talk about Lancers volleyball. So need a study break this week, head over to the Hutto Patterson Gym on Wednesday, October 26th at 6 p.m. to support our women's volleyball team as they take on Long Beach City College. So that will be on October 26th at 6 p.m. So here we go. We're giving you all to do.
October 6th. October 26th at 6 p.m. So it's next Wednesday.
So here we go. You got a lot to do now. You got a concert on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. Go check out the study abroad program as Grossmont takes a snap up the middle. Not a lot of room to run. So you got the concert on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. You got study abroad this Tuesday at 12. Then on Wednesday, go to the volleyball game.
Little info section there.
Yeah, info session, and then in the meantime, before then, just listen to Lancer Radio. So a whole list of things for you guys to do this upcoming week. A lot of fun things for you to do after this amazing Saturday night game.
Just a reminder that next week's game is away. It's around Halloween times. Yeah, you got any plan for Halloween?
Yeah, got some plan. I'm going to do a little party I'm going to go to with a couple friends and my girlfriend this upcoming weekend, and then on Halloween we're going to go out. I live up by Allegria Street, which is a pretty famous like pumpkin carving area. It gets pretty busy, so I'm going to go check that out. It's always a lot of fun. These big houses that hand out like apple cider.
Whoa.
And crazy big chocolate bars, and it's always so much fun.
Very exciting. Big chocolate bars.
Big ones. And I'm going to go as Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson for Halloween, if you know who they are. And
Ooh.
as a extra effort after that one,
I thought the ball was called that before that, but it was not. I think the ball is now going to be spotted on 30. And there are 2 flags out.
so flags on the field after that one. So we'll see what this is about.
9-yard carry for the quarterback, Kirisamasi.
Grossmont has a first down now at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Let's see what this penalty call is about.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 56. That foul is a flagrant foul. By rule, that person is ejected.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct. It's number 56. Luis Canala is a very important key to that defensive line for the Lancers, and it's a flagrant foul, and he has now been ejected. So emotions are just flaring tonight between both sides, and just got to learn how to control it. But now we're here with the first and 10. Grossmont's at the Lancers' 15-yard line. They're putting pressure on that defense. Play clock winding down at 7 seconds. 6, 5. Ball's snapped in time. Run to the left, but nowhere to go. Taken down in the backfield.
Got second down.
Number 32, one of the captains, Jordan Monroe, in there on the tackle, bringing down the running back, and a loss of 4 yards for the Griffins.
A loss of 4. Tackled by Monroe.
I think prior to your snap, we were trying to do a little special play there. So I thought they were going to take the penalty for delay of game, but
2nd and 14 for Grossmont.
They hurry up to the line and rush the ball quickly. A short gain there. They gain about 3 yards on the play. This will bring up about 3rd and 11. Clock winding down at 4:15 left in the game.
so this is a time where they're trying to use to get the run ball game going to kill the time to block Lancer Farm.
Number 61, Jose.
Because at this point, they're at a position, if they kick a field goal here, you know,
There's going to be a 2 drive.
yeah, 2-score game.
Down for Grossmont from the
So really no need to push it here. They're going to take it nice and slow and waste as much clock as possible. 3rd and 11 at the Lancer 16-yard line.
Timeout, Grossmont. Their second timeout in the half.
Before that, a timeout will be taken by Grossmont as their second one, so they only have 1 left.
See, I'm actually surprised. Like, why don't they just take the delay of game and get as much time as they can out of the way and kick the field goal? Certainly a great question to ask the coach afterwards. You're looking at Grossmont at Lancer.
A reminder, you can follow all of the 16 intercollegiate sports here.
So as we wait a little bit, I would just
Website at PCC.
want to bring up a little bit about how this Lancer team and the family atmosphere they bring about. So they had a bye week a couple weeks ago, and something that Coach Tucker did was he held the Lancer family bye week competition, which were some contests held between players, and they had a great time, posted a bunch of videos on Twitter, and seemed like a lot of fun as that play is off and throw to the right side, caught but taken down, so it'll be 4th down. So Coach Tucker posted on his Twitter videos of the team singing, first off, Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. So that was one of the big things they did during the bye week that kind of,
Their first timeout in the half.
as the timeouts taken by Pasadena, was their first one. So they sing Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which any football fans know. Became very famous with the movie Remember the Titans, as they sang in the locker room, and it's become very,
The 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
and it's become
31. Thank you.
very recognizable with the sport of football. So there are videos of them doing that, which was really funny to see and just really great. Along with that, though, they then held competitions of an old childhood game of rock, paper, scissors, and they held tournaments of rock, paper, scissors on the field. And it's funny how hyped these guys got over just a simple game like that.
And it's very unexpected to see the football team doing rock, paper, scissors.
Just on the field. But they got excited, and they're all hooting and hollering, running around, and having a great time. And then besides that, they also lined up on the field, across the field, and they held races, seeing who can snap the football between the legs as fast as possible, all the way across the field.
Snap the football between the legs as fast as possible.
So they'd snap it to one guy, then the guy would catch it, then he'd snap it to the next guy, and it would just be like a race all the way down.
Oh, wow.
And they held races like that, and those were a lot of fun. And what Coach Tucker said, one of the posts said, love the spontaneous acts of pure joy that occur when a team becomes a family. These Lancers are special, and it's special they certainly are. As a 4th down comes, it looks like they're just trying to draw the Lancers off sides, but they hold strong. And
Timeout. Grossmont. Their third and final timeout.
Grossmont will take their 3rd and final timeout of the second half.
That was interesting how they take 2 times out back-to-back on one drive. And now I think this is time where they bring the field goal units. Well, going back to the bye weeks, the little snapping the ball, that's something that I just couldn't imagine how a 300-pound linemen are able to do that across the field.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. You know, it was this great atmosphere and just that family attitude and that they're having. And Coach Tucker has stated that he's constantly just acknowledged that the importance of a family and like this brotherhood that revolves around the team, and that he knows it's important to have those serious times, you know, playing football, but then also have those fun times where you go out and you delve into that inner child of just playing rock, paper, scissors, you know, with your best buds, and it's a lot of fun, and it creates this atmosphere, gets people closer, builds that chemistry, and makes the team stronger. As a big field goal is up here. The snap, the hold, the kick. That one is good. So Grossmont will nail a field goal to put them up 24-14, a 27-yard field goal. And this is now a 2-possession game with 3:28 left remaining.
So going back to the idea of families, you know, over summer I was taking the flag football class. I was an outsider. Most of the people who take flag football class are actually the football players on the team. And it's something I really find very unique. It's like the minute I start to join the team, like people treated me like we know each other for years. And that like very unique feeling is somewhere you don't feel it in any other sports. Is family really important in the game, like football or games in general? Because when I was doing track, I don't feel that like a family ship going on there. Or it's not like a tough connection. It's more like individual play.
There are a lot of sports, I would say, have a more individualized aspect, but when it comes to football, you depend on your teammates for them to succeed, because if they succeed, you're going to succeed. If they don't succeed, then you won't succeed. You know, you can't have individuals who just control the whole game. If an offensive lineman doesn't block, then quarterback gets sacked. If a quarterback can't throw, receivers can't catch, and receivers can't catch, you won't get yards and you won't do something about it. So it's a very much a team game as we see a kickoff return going up the left sideline. He's got room to run, and he keeps going. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, one man to beat.
And then
touchdown Pasadena!
How about that? With 3 minutes and 14 seconds left, finally able to hear how you called the touchdown. That was amazing. It's a 100-yard touchdown completed by number 14.
Ivan Ostry, who had an 85-yard kickoff return in last week's game, does it again, but even longer, this time 100 yards, all the way for Lancer's touchdown. And just like that, it's now 21-24, and it's a one-possession game with 3:13 left.
How about that? Talking about close game. With 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. Lancer are now back to one-possession game, 21-24.
A 100-yard kickoff return for Ivan Ostry, who continues to wow everyone in attendance.
You know, that's something I certainly did not expect. You know, like a guy like me, I always like to play safe. You know, whenever I do like Marvick I don't think it's called Marvick. It's called something else. What's the game that you play on your iPad, like a little NFL game? I think it's Marvel. Could be wrong. But anyway, whenever I'm doing stuff like that, football is that close, I would usually just take the touchback. It's amazing for him to do that. Get us back in the game.
So with that kickoff return of 100 yards, he joins a very elite club of only 5 people. So
wow.
He will be now the 6th person to have ever done that in PCC history. Obviously the longest kick return ever, 104 yards. That's by Jackie Robinson. But now Ivan Ostry joins people like Henry Macacow in 1951, Troy Wright in 1983, Anthony Miller in 1985, Michael Green in 1994, and Marlon Wood in 2004. So he is now the 6th person ever in PCC history to return a 100-yard kickoff return.
How about that? You know, it's actually interesting. I did not know Jackie Robinson played football.
Yeah.
I thought he only do baseball because I went to his Jackie Robinson 9 in Dodger Stadiums.
Jackie is known for primarily baseball and his impact on that, but while here at PCC, he was a track athlete, he baseball, and he played football, and he was a really good football player. That's why the stadium is now Robinson Stadium.
Named right after him. That's amazing. Number 6 has done that in the school history.
So now Grossmont takes that, runs it up the middle, some room to run. An important drive for the Lancer defense. They need to hold Grossmont here to get the ball back.
So with 3 minutes left, 21-24. Very easy. I think they're in the field goal range now. If a Grossmont take the field goal, they still 1 possession game.
Yeah,
What's like for Lancer?
For the Lancers, I mean, just anything but a touchdown. A field goal, like you said, you're still in the game. That's only 1 possession. So just hold them to anything but a touchdown. As Lancer fans are getting loud, the snap is off, the run up the middle, and he is stopped. That one will bring up a 3rd down.
And I would say it's about 3 yards.
So 3rd and 3. A big point in this game with 2 minutes left.
So if they're able to stop here, then they will get them 4th down and 3 yards to go. And you say that in the college athlete, college kicker, they're normally able to do like 30 and 35. So very unlikely they will be successful to score field goals.
At this range, I believe it's just a bit too far for any college kicker to get that. So, but that is pending if they get a stop here, and that'll be close.
I think that's a 4th down. 1 yard to go. I look at the officials' hands, but looks like no, they got the 1st down.
A very close call, and they just spotted the ball. And that'll be a 1st down for Grossmont. So now they keep the ball, and I would expect Coach Tucker to start using timeouts here soon.
We still have 2 of them.
So 1:15 and counting. Grossmont going to wait for the play clock to get as low as possible, and a stop in the backfield.
How about that?
And Coach Tucker will immediately take a timeout.
Yes, 2nd down and 12 yards. It's a close game here. 21-24. Coach Tucker take his 2nd. Now you're seeing on the replays, it's the 100 yards touchdown completed by number 14. And as Dan says earlier, he joined the 6th person in the school history ever completed a 100-yard touchdown.
So Ivan Ostry, who had an 85-yard kickoff return last week, now has a 100-yard kickoff return and joins a club of only 5 other people to ever do that. Technically 6 with Jackie Robinson's 104, so he's really the 7th person to ever have a over 100-yard kickoff return in PCC history, going back to when the program started in the 40s.
Wow.
So an elite group for him to join as Grossmont takes that one, and a lot of room to run on the left side.
I think they're 2nd down.
And now it'll be 3rd down and 3 yards. Ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line. And Pasadena will take their final timeout with 56 seconds remaining. This one is going to come down to the wire. You see they've been running the ball at the middle so many times recently, you just are able to trick the Lancers defense and roll out left. And that's what they did there.
Wow, this is the game. Determined drive. We either see Lancer get the stop, get the possession. We're going to see the game continue to go, or the game might be just end right here.
So, We said can't count a team out that's lost 3 games. You know, this is a very, very strong team in Grossmont. They've obviously come out and they showed it. Leading here by 3 with 56 seconds left. 3rd and 3. The biggest play of this game is right here, right now. If Lancers get a stop, they give themselves a slight chance.
And I think they're just short for the first down.
And
Let's
that
see what the
one looks
official said.
like depends on the spot. That one's close. And they will say they got a first down.
If I'm Coach Tucker, actually.
Not sure how they got a first down there. It looked like they were short.
Carry was good for a first down.
I would challenge on this play because we're looking at on the replay right here. It does not look like that they obtained a first down.
So a tough break, and ball was spotted in an interesting position, and Grossmont gained a first down, but they're going to take the delay of game, waste as much time, and Lancer fans not very happy with that spot.
Number 13. 5-yard penalty.
So 23 seconds left. Grossmont's lining up, and they will take a knee, and that one will do it.
Wow, what a close call. Close game all around.
And as the clock winds down, a final score of 24-21 will conclude this Saturday night matchup between the PCC Lancers, who are now 3-4, and the Grossmont Griffins, who are now 3-4 as well. So both teams 3-4.
And this loss is certainly important to see down the line. We don't know the impact of this loss yet, but this is a conference game, so it's going to impact them long term, and we're going to see how this goes. But coming up next, I am going back down to sideline and trying to score a touchdown with our 100 yards kick returner,
Ivan Ostry.
And Ivan Oshik. I'm going to head down, going to lift the top view with Dan. Dan's going to give you a little recap of the second half.
So, Lancer fans, a sorrowful ending to this one, but a close game nonetheless. A final score of 24-12. Lancers move their record to 3-4. They are 0-2 in conference play, whereas the Grossmont Griffins extend their record to 3-4. They are now 1-1 in league play. And a tough game here, and a close one. Just came down to the wire. But as we look back to the second half, it can be defined as a back-and-forth battle and a lot of crazy events. You know, PCC Lancer offense was struggling a lot to get going. They didn't score at all in the third quarter, only scored once in the 100-yard kickoff return by Ostry, and that was the only score for them in the second half. Grossmont Griffins able to get a touchdown by a touchdown run by their quarterback Giles, and then get a field goal that extended their lead even further, and that field goal ends up being the final nail in the coffin in tonight's game. A tough break, and we can only hope to continue on in this year and keep our heads held high, as these players played tremendously tonight and did an amazing job. Their next game is next week away, Saturday, October 29th, against Compton at 6 p.m. So that is the next game to look out for. And we can only hope that they keep their heads held high and go to practice this week and move on, learn, get stronger, and begin a journey to another victory as they've had a tough stretch over the past couple weeks coming off the bye. As we have Justin down there on the field looking to interview someone possibly. But if not, I'll just keep giving you input. And so tonight's game was a tough one. But with every loss comes a lot of growth, and people are going to begin to prosper. You know, 24-21 loss. But next week they're going to play Compton on the road. That's Saturday, November 29th. The next home game will be November 5th against Victor Valley. That'll be here at Robinson Stadium at 6 p.m. So next week you got Compton away at 6 p.m. Then you got Victor Valley at 6 p.m. the following. Then their last game of the season on November 12th will be against Mount San Jacinto, one of the fellow champions of last year. And that game will be November 12th away at Mount San Jacinto at 1 p.m. So a lot of time to grow and a lot of time to learn after this one, a tough loss. And Lancers have a lot of areas to improve, and their offense, you know, played well. Their defense played well. Overall, it was a great game. 24 points is a pretty good spot. But now we're going to move down to the field with Justin. He's got an interview with number 14, Ivan Ostry.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question. Look. Hi. Am I live? Are we live? It looks like we are live. So joining now here is Ivan from the Lancer football teams. Ivan just scored 100 yards kick returns. He's now the sixth person in the PCC football history that ever done it. So how do you feel about it now, Ivan?
You know what? The game's on the line. We're down. 3 minutes left. If the ball's in my hands, I'm not getting tackled. That's just the mentality that I have, and you know, try to stay positive even though we still lost the game. But